your Oklahoma Ford dealers, the best in Oklahoma. Mid-First Bank, true to your money. The Oklahoma Farm Bureau, the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better. Mill Creek Carpet and Tile. Mazio's. And by Weoki Credit Union.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Game Time on Your View. This is the Ford Game of the Week. Mark Jeffries, along with Brian Burchell. And, Brian, we have a good one tonight, my friend.
Yeah, we sure do. A pair of undefeated teams, a pair of teams ranked in the top 10 in their respective classes, and a pair of quarterbacks that are young and athletic. And I think a very up-tempo game is the game we will see tonight. Kingfisher 3-0, ranked 4th in 3A, led by their quarterback, Jet Sternberger, and the Bethany Broncos 2-0, did not play week 0. Number 9 in 4A, led by sophomore quarterback Sam Brandt.
All right, we'll get into a little statistics here in a second, but should be a good one. As you mentioned, both teams undefeated. Kingfisher with wins over Marlow, 42-21, and then a huge win against Tuttle. Tuttle was ranked number 8 in 4A, 27-21. And then last week, you mentioned number 4, Jet Sternberger. They had a victory, 37-14, and Mr. Sternberger threw for almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he kind of makes the Jackets go, Brian.
Sure does. He's a very athletic, very confident kid. And I think I was talking to the Bethany coaches staff before the game, and that's one of the things we talked about is sometimes in sports, or a lot of times, confidence breeds a lot. The kid's very confident. He's obviously very able. Throws the ball really well, very athletic, and he certainly is the straw that stirs the drink for the Yellowjackets, and someone I think Bethany's going to have to contend with in keeping him somewhat under wraps if they want to have hopes of remaining undefeated.
All right, a beautiful night here in Bethany at Southern Nazarene University. Really, really cool stuff here. A college stadium and an opportunity for both teams to play. And Bethany's got just a super nice setup here, Brian.
Sure do, yeah. Bethany and Southern Nazarene, Bethany High School is right across the street from Southern Nazarene, for those that don't know. And the two kind of share facilities from time to time and are very integral in each other's and have a close relationship as high school. So, in fact, you'll be able to see the Bethany High School football field in the background of some shots later on in the evening. And but a couple years ago, when this stadium was built for Southern Nazarene, when they started their football program, they reached a deal with the high school to move the high school games over here as well. So an absolutely first-class stadium, especially at the 4A level, and brand new, state-of-the-art, good facility. Just to the west of here is Lake Overholser. So a beautiful place for football, and they certainly do well here in the new stadium.
All right, we're going to take a break, come back. Kickoff is moments away. This is Game Time on Your View. We'll be right back.
It's the Great American Ford Sales Event, offering 0% for 60 months on the most 5-star safety-rated vehicles. America's best-selling brand and the best in Oklahoma. Plus, all first responders, active duty, and military veterans get $1,000 appreciation cash on top of all current offers, like 0% financing for 60 months on all Ford SUVs, plus $1,000 appreciation cash. Hurry into your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your 2 favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair. Only at Mazio's.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your 2 favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair. Only at Mazio's.
Welcome back to the Ford Game of the Week. Mark Jeffries along with Brian Burchell. We are ready to get things kicked off here in Bethany. And Brian, we should see a lot of offense. We talked about some of the statistics earlier. Kingfisher coming into this game, over 1,200 yards in total offense in 3 games. And a lot of it through the air, but still the running attack is there also.
Well, head coach Jeff Myers always does a wonderful job at Kingfisher. He's someone over the years, if you've paid attention to high school football in Oklahoma, they're a team that always is in the playoffs, but he's done really well at adapting to what his teams do, and this year he's got a quarterback that can throw the ball. And when you have skill positions, especially at the 3A level, which they play in, and you have skill position kids and you can throw the ball, a lot of times other teams aren't going to have the skill kids to cover. So he's done a good job adapting to a quarterback that can really throw it around. They've got receivers that can go get it, a very athletic bunch. And these are 2 schools that have always been known for having good athletes throughout the years, so we ought to see a pretty good contest tonight.
All right, Kingfisher is going to kick off to Bethany. Bethany's going north to south on just a gorgeous evening for high school football. And we are about ready to get things started here.
Looks like Ben Lawson, and let's see, that's going to be 20, so that's going to be Jacob Kyle back to receive the kick.
Cade Strickland is going to kick it away for Kingfisher. Here we go. It's kind of a wobbly kick, headed to the corner. It's going to bounce in the end zone.
Pretty good break there for Kingfisher. That ball looked like it was heading out of bounds, would have given Bethany the ball on the 40-yard line. Instead, it'll be out of bounds and first and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Broncos.
All right, here comes the sophomore quarterback, number 15, Sam Brandt. Dual threat, but likes to run it.
Yeah, Sam is a wonderful athlete. Last year was the backup quarterback, and as the season went on, saw more and more reps as a freshman. But when their starting running back, Peyton Harrell, in the backfield now got hurt, Sam had to become the running back, where we've probably seen more reps as the season went along.
All right, rolls left, looking, passes it incomplete. Tried to hit number 5, Connor Wallstead. Just overthrew him a little bit, so it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Sam throws the deep ball really well, and, of course, he can run. The one thing the coaches were talking about before the game is he's got to get better in that short passing game. That kind of pass right there, the 5- and 7-yard out, the hitches, the quick slants, the timing passes, and we talked a little bit about that earlier. He builds on confidence, and those are kind of routes you got to think about. He's better when he can just kind of wheel it.
All right, out of the shotgun, hands off. Nice run there, still going all the way up for about an 8-yard gain. Nice run there.
Peyton Harrell's a stud. Was having a huge year last year until he got hurt in week 7. He's a kid that can really run the ball. Bethany will hang their hat on running the ball. The Bethany coaching staff expects Kingfisher to load the box, but there were just 7 in the box, and I think if you see 7 in the box, you're going to see a run. But, of course, you talked about Brandt likes to run it, so Kingfisher has to respect the quarterback keep on any zone read.
All right, Harrell on the season, 40 carries, 280 yards. He is their leading rusher. Here's a handoff going right side. Oh, nice little cutback. Close to the first down. I think he got past the 30, and if he did, that's going to be a first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, a run blitz there from the right side. That was, I believe, Garrett States coming up the middle. He had Harrell dead to rights. Harrell put a little stutter step on, a little cutback, finds a crease, picks up the necessary yardage on second effort, and the 4-yard carry gives the Broncos a first down and new life.
All right, here we go. First down from the Broncos, right at the 31. Just underway here in Bethany, out of the shotgun.
Going empty here.
Now we got a flag.
I think they're going to get a delay game. Are they going to give him a timeout? Nope.
No.
Nope, they're going to get a timeout. Let's see. I think Bethany got the timeout in.
Little.
Yep.
Okay, they gave it to him. We'll keep it right here. Interesting, I had a chance to talk to the Bethany coach, Coach Arthur, before the game, and I asked him, I said, are you going to switch it up a little bit? 2 games into it, you're running the ball a lot. He said, we're going to do what makes us a better team tonight. He said, it's all about taking care of business. Hey, if we have to run the ball 30 times, we'll run it 30 times. If we have to throw it a little bit, we'll throw it a little bit. Really didn't give up any juice, Brian.
No, of course, Coach Arthur in his first year, last year's coach moving out to Weatherford. So Arthur in his first year, and he's got a new offensive coordinator, so I think they're trying to get things to click. Their first 2 opponents weren't the strongest of opponents. Not taking anything away for those wins, but I think Coach No, I'm not. But Coach Arthur even said himself, we're going to find out tonight how good we are. But I think you're exactly right. They want to run the ball if they can because, as he said, so far they've been mistake-prone, and they've got to limit their mistakes. And obviously you're going to make less mistakes running the football, but I think he expects to see Kingfisher load the box, and so my guess is he's going to do a lot of what Kingfisher gives him.
You've got a young quarterback back there, too.
Experience, though. He played a lot of snaps last year as a freshman, so that helps. But you're right, young, and it's a big game.
All right, they go empty again. 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Harrell goes in motion. They hand the ball off to him, tries to cut back, and there's a swarm of Yellowjackets. I don't think he even gained a yard on that.
No, it was just really a zone read, but what they did is they lined Harrell up in the slot. Instead of lining him up in the backfield, it was still just a zone read. Look for them to run that later, fake the give, and the quarterback to have a hole up the middle. You see that play run a lot in the college game, and I think that'll be open because there were 3 Jackets at the right end of the line to wait for Harrell to turn the corner.
All right, out of the shotgun once again. They hand the ball off to Harrell. Straight up the middle, big hole. Still going to the 50, to the 45, to the 35, out of bounds finally at the 32-yard line. Wow, wide open gap there.
That's what he does. Again, not much of a hole. It's a cutback. As you can see, he's a good-looking kid, really good size, but he's got some burners on him as well. So excellent run there by Harrell, 6', 170, and got into the secondary. 2 great cutbacks. Just too much of an angle there for the safety to knock him out of bounds. But Bethany's certainly having as much success as they want right now on the ground.
Offensive line doing a great job that time for the Broncos.
Big hole, you're right. Deep eye here.
Brandt underneath center. Now he looks to the sideline.
Single coverage on both outsides. I wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe go play action showing the run here.
Well, they called timeout again. Timeout. Coach Arthur.
Play clock down to 0 twice.
Wow. We'll keep it right here.
In high school, it's only a 25-second play clock, but the clock doesn't start until the ref sets the ball ready for play. So that should have been plenty of time for the offense to get up and get lined up. But that's where some inexperience, Mark, that you talked about a young quarterback could be. He's not getting the signal in, not getting everybody set enough time because they're obviously doing the check with me offense, where before the snap he checks with his coaching staff. So they've got to be better prepared. It is still the first half, so you can't carry the timeouts over. And this has been a good drive, so I can understand them not wanting to take the 5-yard penalty, wanting to get on the board first. But certainly need to clean that issue up, and that's exactly what he talked about before the game, cleaning up the small mistakes.
All right, this is the first drive of the game. Kingfisher has not had a possession yet. The Broncos are driving. With the old cliche, the run opens up the pass, and the pass opens up the run. Big hole there. Let's see what they do. 1st and 10, Broncos out of the shotgun. Looks, left side. Oh, and it's picked off. Still going up to the 50, out of bounds, right at the 47, and he was all over that one. Cole Crosswhite just read it all the way, picked it off, and wow, a huge momentum swing there, Brian.
Yeah, quarterback eye down his receiver right there. It was pretty obvious it was going to be an out route. As soon as he snapped the ball, he looked right over there. Receiver showed his route early. Crosswhite was sitting back, saw it, and just jumped the route. That ball was thrown with a little bit too much air under it, and a pretty easy pick for Crosswhite. And because Brandt's so fast, he was able to chase him down. And, a promising drive. You're running the ball well. throw the ball on first down and try to mix it up in the turnover. Now we'll see Jet Sternberger.
All right, first possession for the Yellowjackets. Out of the shotgun. Looks left. Still looking. Now he's got a little pressure. He is sacked. All the way back to the 47. Great job there. I believe that was number 52.
I thought it was 12. Chase Wetwiska. Try to say that a couple times fast in a row. Yeah, Wetwiska with the sack. Outside linebacker there, or playing defensive end outside linebacker. So excellent job there by the coverage.
All right, Sternberger after the loss. Hard snap count there.
Gets all 5 back.
So it's going to be second and
10.
So
the same guy that got the sack commits the offside, so it's pretty much like a
it's a wash.
That's exactly right. Great job by the secondary Bethany, because Sternberger got through 3 reads before he took the sack.
All right, Kingfisher out of the shotgun. They hand the ball off to Cross-White. Big hole. Still going. Gets all the way down for about a 9-yard gain.
One of my favorite things, Mark, about doing 3 and 4A football is the big-time players play both ways. Cross-White gets the big pick and immediately gets the big run. You see Sam Brandt playing safety and Peyton Harrell playing outside linebacker cornerback. So
Cross-White again. Big hole. Bowls his way down to about the 30-yard line.
Kingfisher likes to go fast, and no check with me. No huddle, tempo. You can see they're running people around. They're going to get the play call. They're going to run up and snap it. So Bethany's going to have to assess the formations quickly.
Trips left. Sternberger looking right-hand side. Now he looks deep. Trying to hit it. It is incomplete. Almost had it.
Looks like we got a flag.
Pass was intended to number 25, Bryce Carrington.
Connor Wallstad was out on the coverage, but it was a double move, so it may have been a hold or an interference call on the pump fake. Let's see what they get here.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold.
Wallstad was in coverage. They ran a little out and up, and he bid on the out and saved a touchdown. You know, you lose 10 yards, but you save a touchdown, because if he doesn't hold them, that's 6 points for the Yellowjackets.
And talking to Coach Arthur, Broncos head coach, before the game, he said, hey, we got to play a perfect game. We can't make mistakes against this team. They're too good. Sternberger looks. Now he's going to run.
Plenty of room.
Wide open. He's at the 5, dives in. What do they say? Yes, he got there. Touchdown, Kingfisher. Jet Sternberger.
Boy, a great run. All the action was on the left side of the field. He looked left. As he went back to his progression, he knew there was nobody on the right side. There was no linebacker over there in coverage. Took off, and he beats the safety of the pylon. And you spoke about Coach Arthur and the mistake-free mark. 2 mistakes already for Bethany, and it's led to 6 and potentially 7 points for the Jackets.
Cade Strickland on for the Yellowjackets for the extra point. Things got off to a great start. A big run by Harrell for the Broncos, and then disaster takes place. It is no good. Wide left. Little over 8 minutes remaining here in the first. Kingfisher takes the lead, 6-0 right here. It is game time on Your View. This is the Ford Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae. Get into something good. 2 big dips of Brahms Premium Vanilla Ice Cream. Rich and creamy hot fudge. A shower of toasted almonds. Whipped cream and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms. Get into something good.
Welcome back to Game Time on Your View. This is the Ford Game of the Week. Just over 8 minutes remaining here in the first, and the Kingfisher Yellowjackets have taken the lead 6-0 after it was about a 20-yard interception return, 25-yard. And then they marched down the field, had a penalty, very costly penalty by the Broncos, and Jet Sternberger runs it in from about 12 yards out to give the Yellowjackets the lead. Here's Strickland's kick. It's going to be a touchback once again, so the Broncos are going to take over. See how they respond, Brian.
Yeah, it'd be important for the offense to come out and continue doing what they were doing, run the ball. But now you can expect Kingfisher, I would imagine, to start committing more guys to the run, especially if they feel like they can cover the passing game one-on-one. But I think if you're Bethany, come out, run the ball, see if you can get some success. And, nothing hurt early. But certainly I think the offense needs to give the defense some time to rest.
All right, here's Brandt out of the shotgun, hands it off to Harrell. Gets a little bit of a hole. Maybe he has 5.
Yeah, just keep running the ball at this point. You've only had one running play that went for no yards. All the other running plays have been positive, including a big one. So at this point, I think keep the ball on the ground and force Kingfisher to stop you. Also, with as explosive as we saw Kingfisher's offense to be, run the clock, and you certainly take some air out of the ball for the Yellow Jacket offense.
Kingfisher not that big up front, but very, very athletic. Out of the shotgun. They fake the handoff. Now he keeps it. Oh, big hole left side. Still going up to the 40, to the 45. Out of bounds right at the 46-yard line. Nice run there by Brandt.
That was the play I told you about. Fake the jet sweep and quarterback run right up the middle. You could tell that would be, we've got a penalty, though. There's the mistakes that we talk about. It's coming back, too.
Holding.
Man, wide receiver downfield holding. Be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so there'll be – he'll gain about 2 yards on the play. Man, so that what would have been 25-yard run is now a 1-yard gain to a penalty. But you don't lose it down. But still, you set that play up, perfect time to call it. You get the big play you want. It goes for naught.
So it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Broncos. Brandt underneath center. Harrell in the backfield. Hand it off left side. Makes a cut. Has a first down for a gain of 2.
One thing you're going to see from Harrell a lot tonight, he's always going to fall forward. I watched a lot of Bethany football last year. And that's one thing I was really impressed with. He runs hard. His feet are always moving, but he always falls forward. So short yardage situations, he's the guy you want to give the ball to.
New set of downs for the Broncos. Just over 7 minutes remaining here in the first. Brandt hands it off to Harrell. Nice move, still going. Gain of about 4.
Boy, a great cut, and he almost got that outside. If it weren't for the ankle tackle there by the safety, he would have gotten another 10, 15, 20 yards. So we have an injury guy, Kingfisher player on the field.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the first as they attend to the Kingfisher player. So we'll be right back right here on Game Time. Everybody stay tuned.
It's the Great American Ford Sales Event, offering 0% for 60 months on the brand with the highest owner loyalty. America's best-selling brand and the best in Oklahoma. Plus, all first responders, active duty, and military veterans get $1,000 appreciation cash on top of all current offers. Like 0% financing for 60 months on all Ford cars, plus $1,000 appreciation cash. Hurry into your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here at Southern Nazarene University and Bethany High School. So we have a Kingfisher player down here in the first quarter.
Have been unable to get his number yet, Mark, but was a lineman on the right end of the line. Looks like they're getting ready to help him to his feet. So
he's going to need some assistance. Should get a number here quick.
71.
Owen Vincent, the junior.
Yeah, it looks like a leg problem, maybe ankle or knee, but certainly having trouble putting pressure on it. So.
All right, into the game now on the defensive side of the ball for the Jackets. Trey Green, and an interesting story, an outstanding basketball player, Trey Green.
Yeah.
Was part of the state championship team, obviously, last year at Kingfisher with Jet Sternberger, and first year to play football. Here we go. They fake the handoff, rolls left, keeps it. Big hole there. Still going up to the 45, to the 40, to the 30, out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Great run again there by Mr. Brandt.
But a flag down again. So Sam Brandt showing you his athleticism.
Wow.
But again, a flag down. It was right away. I can't tell if it's offsides or
procedure call.
Yeah.
That's what they indicated.
Yep. Yeah, the linesman's telling what happened. So illegal formation is my guess because a flag was thrown as soon as it was snapped. So there was no time for a hold or a false start. So it's probably an illegal formation. So 2 big runs by Brandt have been killed. Talking about Trey Green, it's interesting. I watched, I did some basketball and did some of the playoffs for you guys, and I talked to a lot of the Kingfisher people as they were making their run, and Trey Green had never played football, and the football coach has been begging him, and his dad had said, no, you're not playing football. and there was a lot of talk that Sternberger wasn't going to play football this year. And then they both end up playing football. Sternberger having a heck of a start of the year. And Trey Green, if you saw him play basketball all last year, he's a well-built kid. I mean, he looks like
very physical.
He looks like he should have been playing football. So certainly probably easy for him to fit in out on the gridiron.
All right, here we go. Out of the shotgun. Little swing on the left-hand side to Harrell. He gets out of bounds. Really no gain on that one.
Just an extension of the run game. Trying to get him outside the tackle boxes, out to the edge. Looks like he picks up you're right. About a half a yard. I thought he got up to the 35, but I guess not. So now 3rd and 11. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. You certainly have to let Sam throw it. No safeties over the top. He throws a deep ball well. I mean, this might be a situation where you let him air one out. Of course, they are heading into about a 15 to 20-mile-an-hour wind.
Brandt out of the shotgun. Looks left, now throws it right. It's deflected. Knocked down by number 31, Riley Myers. And it's going to be 4th down for the Broncos.
Well, if you ever played Madden and you like to gamble, you would call the all-out blitz play. And that's what Kingfisher just dialed up. That was the all-out blitz. They brought the 8 guys, 6 up the middle, and then both safeties came on the outsides to protect against the screen. So even if that ball was completed, there were guys to tackle. So an excellent play call defensively by Kingfisher, and no time for Sam to even get that ball away. So 2 big plays for the Bronco offense, both negated due to penalty.
All right, Crosswhite and Abercrombie back for the Kingfisher Yellowjackets. Here's the punt. It's going to be taken. Now they let it bounce. It bounces all the way down to the 31-yard line. So Kingfisher's going to take over 1st and 10 from the 31.
Good punt there. I like what the punter did there. Rolled right and held onto it as long as he could to make sure that Kingfisher didn't cheat and go back in coverage. And once he realized that they're keeping an eye on him, put the punt up. But also it really allows for no return because your coverage guys are all the way down the field. So Sternberger and the Kingfisher offense kind of did what they wanted in the last drive. It'll be interesting to see if the Broncos made any adjustments defensively.
Now we got an equipment issue with number 11, Cole Daugherty.
Knee pads are too high. I can see it from here. Also, I heard the refs talking to the coaches before the game about knee pads. It's a rule. It's an emphasis, especially you see at the college and pro level kids putting knee pads in, but wearing them higher and higher. If they don't cover your knees in high school, you're ineligible for play.
All right. Here's Kingfisher. Sternberger out of the shotgun. Rolling now. He pitches it back. Oh,
great
nice
tackle.
Stop right there. Number 26. Jackson Howard with a great stop there.
You like to see that as soon as he made the big stick, immediately goes and picks up the running back. Jackson Howard will likely start for the basketball team this year for the Broncos.
Pickup of 2. Sternberger hands the ball off. Goes right into a stack of Broncos for about a yard gain, so it's going to be 3rd and long for Kingfisher.
Great job by the defensive line, but boy, Crosswhite's quick. I mean, he gets that ball, and he's into the interior of the offensive line quick. He's hitting his holes fast. He's a guy that if you let him through the gate, you may not catch him. You better get him at the first level, because if he gets to the second level, it may be trouble.
3rd and 6 for Kingfisher. Sternberger looking left. Intercepted at the 49, still going, down to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, still going. Ooh. Oh, and he gets popped, but he hangs on to the ball right at the 15.
Sam Brandt, quarterback, getting it back.
He got popped pretty good, but he managed to hang on to it. Wow.
the coaching staff talked before the game about how they didn't want him to get hit. It would be on an interception when he takes probably what will be his biggest hit of the night. Sternberger had a hole. He threw the ball a half second too late. A great zone coverage. The linebacker dropped. That's why the ball had to be thrown high. If it was thrown low, the linebacker would have picked it off. If it was thrown high, Brandt coming over makes the interception. So an excellent job. It's going to be a hold in the return. God, the Broncos, penalties.
Wow, that's 5 costly mistakes for the Broncos.
All their penalties are on big plays. So instead of 1st and 10 from the 15, they're going to go 1st and 10 from, looks like they're going to put it at the 29. But either way, it was a great job on the zone coverage. Everybody do it right where they were. Sternberger had his man threw it a touch late, had to throw it high because of the linebacker dropping.
Wow, they're still going back now.
So the penalty was at the 29. They assess it from there. So they'll get the ball at the 40 with the 49.
That is a 35-yard penalty.
The ball was intercepted around the 40-yard line, and so, man,
the Broncos.
It's hard. Bethany's had their fair share of big plays in this game, Mark. But Coach Arthur talked about it. We've got to limit mistakes, and so far they have not. But either way, a big turnover there, a big stop, and they've got the ball back.
Brandt out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Harrell. Big hole up the middle, down to the 30, 25, 20, and he is upended hard right at the 19-yard line.
Clayton Abercrombie with the tackle there. A big hole there, and so Bethany makes up the yardage right away. I was going to say that the one good thing would be if Bethany can find a way to score. If anything, this drive could milk some more time off the clock, but as quick as that play happened, maybe not. But, man, Harrell's having a big night already.
He's got to be pushing 70 yards already on the ground here in the first quarter.
And think about the 30-yarder he had called back.
Yeah.
Brandt would have 60 yards rushing if he didn't have his 2 called back.
All right, out of the shotgun. Keeps it, goes up the middle, no gain there. Might even have lost a yard.
Just a quarterback read. Keep the defense on. There's no hole there. He snapped it, saw the defensive end come hard off the edge, so you got to keep it. And excellent job by the interior line of the Kingfisher defense.
Brandt, shotgun, looks the throw, fakes the throw, hands it off to Harrell, and he bangs his way for a couple.
Excellent cut. For a big kid, he's got great feet. His ability for a jump cut or a hard cut, he sticks his foot in the ground and is able to cut the ball up the field. And very patient runner as well. He certainly knows how to pick his spots and find the hole. Big third down here for the Broncos is they definitely want to get points on the board here.
3rd and 9.
They've dominated the possession here in the first half for sure, first quarter.
Brandt, shotgun, hands it off to Harrell. Big hole, left side, still going down to the 5. Touchdown, Harrell. Wow, big play there, Brian.
Well, we talked about his ability to cut, makes 2 cuts on that run. The second one gets him to the corner of the end zone. Boy, it's just excellent vision, Mark, is all it is. Harrell has great vision. Excellent play call, and if Kingfisher hadn't stacked the box yet, they're going to have to figure out time to do it because so far Bethany's dominated the possession, and if it weren't for penalties, really, Mark, they would have been dominating this game.
Cody Hunt on for the extra point for the Broncos. And we got a flag. Looks like it's going to be a procedure call, so.
Man.
Now it's going to be about a 25-yarder, 26-yarder for the extra point.
Like they're in the NFL.
You know what's crazy, Brian, is with all the mistakes that the Broncos have had here in the first quarter, they make this extra point. They take the lead with just under 4 minutes.
Well, if it weren't for the penalties, they'd be dominating this game.
Yeah.
You could argue that this would be, who knows what Kingfisher would have done, but obviously on a quick change, they had the momentum. But this could easily, Bethany should have 2 scores for sure, and who knows what Kingfisher would do if they were backed up. But they've dominated the ball, and if it weren't for penalties, they would have definitely dominated the game. But either way, they're right back in it.
All right, here's Cody Hunt.
That's good.
The kick is up. And it's no good. Wow, look good from here.
Yeah, it did look good from here, but a little bit of a side angle here, high atop.
All right, so we are all tied up. Just under 4 minutes remaining here in the first. Right here, it is game time on Your View. This is the Ford Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Because every great accomplishment takes courage. Because one person can't do it all. Because dreams are worth chasing. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With proven services that support all of your endeavors. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Welcome back, everybody. We are all tied up here in Bethany, Oklahoma. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the first. A pretty entertaining first quarter so far. A lot of mistakes by the Broncos, but they have battled back simply on the running.
Yeah,
of number 30, Peyton Harrell.
Yeah, there have been mistakes, but those mistakes happened on big plays. Although they didn't count, they're at least exciting to watch and call until they were called back. But you're right. Bethany's dominated the possession. They've dominated the game, but yet they're tied on the scoreboard against an explosive offense. But I would tell you, right, if this quarter gets out 6-6, I can promise you the Bethany coaching staff would be happy with that.
All right, here's Cody Hunt with the boot.
That's going to land in no man's land. It's a live ball.
Oh, it's bouncing around right there. It's up for grabs. Let's see who has it. Wow, that thing was bouncing around all over the place. Nobody wanted it.
I think the up guys for Bethany didn't know it was on the ground.
Oh, and Kingfisher's going to maintain possession, but wow. That was a huge opportunity for the Broncos.
Yeah, you can see a couple of the guys saying they didn't know that it was
a live ball.
Well, I think that it was a live ball. They didn't know that it was on the ground. So Christopher Ross had the opportunity there to recover, but doesn't do so.
Kind of a crazy kickoff there. All right, let's see how Kingfisher can bounce back after the Sternberger interception.
Boy, that would have been even another huge play for Bethany.
Yeah.
Of course, if they had recovered, there probably would have been a penalty.
Sternberger out of the shotgun, hands the ball off. Right-hand side.
Nice tackle.
Oh, very nice job there by the Broncos.
Excellent job there. That was Jackson Howard again on the outside. And, receiver had a pretty good chunk of him. Howard did a great job getting through that. That might have been 20. It was 20. Yeah, sorry, Jacob Kyle on the play. But great job shedding his block and tackling the very tough-to-tackle Crosswhite.
2nd and 7 for the Yellowjackets. They go empty. Wow, 4 on the left side. Sternberger looking. Nothing there. Now he rolls to his right. Throws it out of bounds. Wow, nice job by the Broncos defending that.
Well, if you watched Varsity Blues, you would just have thought the circus came to town. I believe in the movie they called that the Oop-de-Oop. But either way, there was nothing open.
Quads left,
yeah. Pressure came from the linebacker, Brody Claiborne, who also was a top, I think, 6 finisher in the state golf tournament this year in 4A, so a multifaceted kid. But Sternberger wisely just thrown that away, and 3rd and 7.
Out of the shotgun. Rolling left, looking, still looking. Now he throws it. Oh, he's got a man. Incomplete. Wow. Cole Daugherty had an enormous amount of separation there. If he catches that, it had 6 all over it.
Well, Sternberger was certainly pressured, so you don't want to blame him for the throw. I thought that Daugherty possibly could have gotten there, may have misjudged it. The wind, they're with the wind, so that ball may have carried further than he thought.
Good point.
But with that much, you don't ever want to overthrow a receiver when they're that open. But I think probably there the wind was a bit of a factor because it looked like Daugherty, almost like an outfielder that was lost, kept drifting rather than running to the spot. But either way, Bethany with another stop.
All right, 4th down for Kingfisher. Punting with the wind. Short punt. Bounces right at the 43. It's going to be downed at the 42. So Broncos with good field position here with just under 3 minutes remaining in the first.
Well, I'd have to say so far, Bethany has been the better team. However, because of penalties and mistakes, as we mentioned, they ended up scoring on that 3rd drive off the interception. Probably should have scored on the 2nd drive, but penalties, and the interception on the 1st drive. So so you can look at it 2 ways. If you're Bethany, man, we're every bit as good as these guys. We can win this game. If you're Kingfisher, it's, hey, we've been dominated, but yet we're still tied. So be interesting to see here in the next 5 to 8 minutes if somebody can really take hold of the game.
Brandt pitches it left side, still going. Nice gain there, thrown out of bounds. Number 26, Jackson Howard, nice Little run after the catch there. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
Great play design there. Fake the run, just a quick screen to the slot receiver. Excellent blocking upfield by number 2, Ben Lawson. And a great gain on first down.
And we got a flag.
Another illegal formation. The right tackle is way too far back. Look,
they don't have enough men on the line of scrimmage.
Correct. You're right. Oh, sideline warning, Kingfisher. Okay. But the right guard
is way back.
Yeah,
you're right.
So your head has to be even with the hip of the center, and his head is behind. Tips to the center. Also interesting for a team that runs for the tackle to be that far back. Generally a team that's running the ball. But he's certainly pretty deep here.
All right. Out of the shotgun. Oh, the handoff was fumbled, mishandled there, but Harrell falls on it for no gain.
I like what they do on that counter. Harrell takes a really hard step to the way that he's not going. He really sells it. Then comes back. Looked like Sam had the ball out there for him, but it was dropped. And so now, after a great play on first down, the mistake, a big 3rd down and 4 here for the Broncos.
Brant, shotgun once again. Fakes the handoff, keeps it. Left side, still going. Going to get a first down and more. Still going out of bounds at the 40. Nice run there by Brant.
Excellent job. We talked about he was athletic. Not going to hide the fact I coached the kid for 6 years in basketball. It was rare that we ever saw, there were better basketball players, certainly that we saw around the country, but it was rare we ever saw a kid more athletic than him. Super good athlete, very fast, and he's definitely a gamer. So not surprised to see him have success on the ground.
Shotgun, handoff to Harrell, up the middle, still going. Bowls his way once again, a gain of 8.
Harrell's a stud, man. He is a stud. He was having just a fantastic year last year until he got hurt, and certainly off to a great start this year. As you mentioned, hit 400 yards through 2 games, and I'm not great at math. That seems to be an average of around 200, and he's well on his way to at least 100 tonight and probably by the end of the first half. And we still have a minute and a half to go in the first quarter.
He might be pushing 100 here in the first quarter.
It's got to be pretty close.
2nd and 3 for the Broncos. Underneath, handed off to Harrell. Straight up the gut. He's going to be close to the first down, depending on the mark.
They actually gave it to Jacob Kyle that time, number 20. It's hard to tell, but that was Kyle on the carry, and it looks like they're going to give him the first down.
Broncos sporting the new uniforms, and they have the modern numbers. And when they put all the additional rib protectors and everything else on there, sometimes those numbers get crimped up.
Both teams are wearing Under Armour uniforms.
I like the Broncos helmets.
Yeah, they're
very
old school.
Vintage Baltimore Colts, not Indianapolis.
Okay.
Baltimore Colts.
And Baltimore Ravens purple. That's an excellent run right there. Good job. Good push by the offensive line. And so Bethany continues to have success on the ground. And you talked about the defensive line for Kingfisher being a bit undersized and athletic. Well, the Bethany big boys up front on the offensive line, they've got some good-sized kids. Both the right and left tackle are big boys. And right now they're manhandling. I saw a formation there on that last 3rd down when Brent picked it up on the run. And look, Kingfisher's done it a couple times. 4 down linemen, they have all 7 of the rest of their guys in a straight line. They're doing it here, but they're 6 of them. That's an interesting. So Bethany doesn't know who's going to drop into coverage and who's going to come on the blitz.
They hand the ball off again to number 20, Jacob Kyle. Here comes Harrell back in the game.
Yeah, just a 2-play rest for him and much needed. Of course, Harrell goes both ways, running back on offense, linebacker on defense. So he's burning a few calories out there throughout the game. So get him a couple plays rest because you're obviously going to want to use him as we enter closer to the unsponsored red zone.
2nd and 7 for the Broncos. Looking left, caught, spin move, still going. Makes his way all the way down to about the 20, 23, maybe the 22, real close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd and short, though.
Lawson Stout, a junior, Great catch, great move. And you look at this Bethany team, Mark, and other than Harrell, all the guys that are making plays and the names we've called, not seniors. So this is a team you could even say maybe will be arriving a little bit early.
All right, that's going to wrap up one quarter here in Bethany. We are all tied up at 6, so we're going to take a break, come back with second quarter action. This is Game Time on Your Review. This is the Ford Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your 2 favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair. Only at Mazio's.
Because practice pays off. Because it's better to give than to receive. Because there's no place like home. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money, with innovative services that let you focus on what's most important. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your 2 favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair. Only at Mazio's.
Welcome back, everybody. Mark Jeffries along with Brian Burchell. We are getting ready for second quarter action here in Bethany. All tied up at 6 between the Bethany Broncos and the Kingfisher Yellowjackets.
Bethany knocking on the door here, but a big 3rd down and 1 upcoming.
Brant push right up the middle. He's going to get the first down a little bit more, all the way down to about the 17.
Excellent read there. There was nobody lined up over the center on defense, so Brant just snapped it and simply ran right into that hole. Only needed a couple, got him. First down, Bethany, and they're inside the unsponsored red zone.
Great push there by the center, Mason Hadley. Brant hands it off to Harrell, left side. Very, very little there that time for Harrell.
In case any of the sponsors are listening, those are hence the unsponsored red zone.
Second and long for the Broncos as they are making the move inside the 20.
I think they'll take 3 yards. I mean, you know, if that's the smallest runs they have tonight, they'll be in good shape.
Brant underneath center. Harrell hands it off to him. Big hole up the middle. It's all the way down to about the 9. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard.
Brant under center a lot more than I thought we'd see tonight. But, you know, with a guy like Harrell, it allows him deeper in the backfield, and he's running downhill. But with the ball being brought to him, it gives him a little more time to kind of find and pick his hole.
All right, go sneak again.
Brant's still up. He's going to get in.
Still going. Is he going to get there? What a push by that offensive line. I still haven't seen a they finally signaled. Yeah, touchdown. Okay, touchdown.
Yeah, he stayed up. It looked like he was going to go down. Looked like he was going to go down, but nobody hit him, so he just stayed on his feet and kept going. Touchdown, Sam Brant. So the sophomore, my point guard, getting the end zone.
Doing a great job there. What a read. Just said, hey, I'm following you guys. Let's take it to the goal line.
Worked for him on the last 3rd down. They tried it again.
Here's Hunt for the extra point. This time it is good. So just here at the start of the second quarter, the Broncos taking the lead over the Yellowjackets 13-6, and very, very impressive on the ground so far by the Bethany Broncos, Brian.
Yeah, they're excellent on the ground. They've dominated the run game. Kingfisher's going to have to make some adjustments. If it weren't for penalties, this game could be worse than it is score-wise, but certainly Bethany has dominated up front. The big boys up front have gotten the push. We've also seen that same line the other way. Sternberger's not had a ton of time to throw. So right now in the battle of the trenches, it's being won by the Broncos. And sometimes when you see, 4A versus 3A, you wonder what the difference is, and a lot of times it can be size. And so far that is showing out in this one. That doesn't mean it will stay that way the entire night, but early on, Bethany physically is having their way with Kingfisher.
All right, I have some scores.
Perfect.
Some games already to halftime. Cleveland trailing Cushing 28-17 at the half.
We have Cleveland later this year.
And two teams that we did on our first two games, Christian Heritage losing at the half to OCS 28-6.
That's about what I would expect. Maybe not that score, but I would favor OCS in that game after seeing both teams play.
Pauls Valley up on Lindsay 21-7. This being the final week of non-district play. District kicks in next week.
Where are we at next week, Mark? I think it's you and I again, isn't it?
That it is. I'll have to check the schedule.
Stump the boss with a question he didn't know. That's my fault. I'm going to probably get a pay cut after that.
Too much multitasking.
Can't make the boss look bad.
You got to be impressed with what the Broncos have done. They've had a half a dozen mistakes.
Yeah, and all on big plays too.
Right, and they lead by 7.
They were worried about this game, but they've proven that they belong in the game for sure. This one's going to hit the ground again. Okay, no cross-white. Guys, something Blake's play.
Works his way up to the 25.
He's got room outside.
Cross-white trying to get to the 35, and he goes out of bounds right at the 34.
Good return there. Excellent job getting up. Generally, when you run up on a ball that fast, it's tough to maintain it, but he's able to maintain possession. But it'll give Sternberger and the offense good field position. It'll be interesting to see what Jet and company can come up with as they now trail. And really, other than their first possession off of a quick change, which we all know sudden changes can produce scores, they have really struggled to move the ball.
I asked Coach Myers at Kingfisher before the game, I said, what's the one quality about the first 3 weeks? And he said toughness. They need some toughness right now. Here's Sternberger looking. Throws, caught right at the 40 and tackled immediately. That pass caught by number 30, Hayden Matthews. Nice play there.
Great job. Excellent throw. Great job by Stout to make the tackle. Sternberger showing patience there. Rolled. You can tell he's as athletic as he is. They don't want him running, so he's trying to keep plays as long as he can and getting the ball off his hands. But good job there picking up yardage on first down.
All right. Sternberger out of the shotgun, hands it off to Cross-White, left side, looks to make a cut. Now he tried to deke it a little bit to the outside, but nothing there. Good job by the Broncos bringing up third down.
Yeah, that was a lot of running to gain a yard and a half, and we talked about the up front. Again, Bethany had 2 guys in the backfield on the run, so it forced Cross-White to have to go side to side, east and west instead of north and south, and they were in the backfield forcing Sternberger to scramble on first down. So big 3rd and 3 here for Kingfisher.
Shotgun. Sternberger keeps it, still going, and short. I think he didn't get it. He's short.
You know, it'll be interesting. It's less than a yard. My guess is that Kingfisher would get this on 9 times out of 10, but you're giving an offense that's rolling the ball in their own territory. If you don't get it, it looks like the punting unit's coming on. So a quick decision for head coach Jeff Myers, and the Bethany defense been impressive.
Cade Strickland going to be back to punt for the Yellowjackets. Now coach wants a timeout. Maybe they're going to talk about it.
Well, that's a good thing. Bethany only had 10 guys on the field. They couldn't figure out who was supposed to be on the field and who wasn't. But, it's early in this game. I don't know that while it's less than a yard, I don't know that I go for it. It's Bethany's made some mistakes. You got an opportunity to pin them inside their own 20, maybe further back. Second quarter, you don't want to get down 2 scores on the road. I think I'd punt it, even though I think that they would get it if they went for it, but you obviously have to play for the lesser of the evils.
All right, a few more scores here. A score fest at Cashin as they lead Prague 34-24 in the second quarter.
Well, Cashin's good every year, aren't they?
They really are.
Tuttle down again. Tuttle down on the road to Plainview.
All right, Yellowjackets come out. Punt formation. Strickland gets it. Boots it away against the wind. It's a fair catch right at the 24-yard line.
One more score of note, Mark. Out of Springdale, Arkansas, Harbear leads Jinx 16-0. Jinx potentially could start the season 0-4.
Wow.
Thanks to our producer, Bobby, for that update.
Who would have thought?
Boy, it's a good thing we're on the air, Mark. I got to the gate, and Bobby couldn't get in. He was out there sweating and his button up. The guy wouldn't let him in the gate. I had to get us in. And if I'd gone to the other gate, Bobby still might be out there.
It's the Bobby Rose. Come on. All right, here we go. Broncos out of the shotgun. Hand off to Harrell. Bounces off. Still going. Makes his way all the way down to the 30.
He's just a physical runner. I mean, we're going to run out of adjectives to talk about him tonight because we're not even halfway through the second quarter. I think I've used most of them, but he's impressive. And if you're Bethany, you continue to lean on him. And when you have a quarterback as athletic as Brant, 1 of every 8 plays, you fake the handoff and give it to Brant, and you throw this defense off. And if the offensive line continues to get pushed the way they're getting, Bethany should, 1, be able to move the ball, and 2, control the clock. And those are things you want to do against an offense that threw for almost 500 yards last week.
Hand off to Harrell, cuts it back up the middle, and he is shut down by number 1, Trey Green, making the play there.
Excellent job by Green. That may have been one the quarterback should have kept, but sometimes on the zone read, it's predetermined that the ball will be handed off. So 3rd down and 5 now for Kingfisher, and if they get to stop, Coach Jeff Myers will be shown to be a smart man in punting. So probably get the ball back very near where they punted it from.
Broncos do have the wind with them, a brisk, probably 15, 20 mile an hour wind out of the south. So Broncos going with the wind right now.
No safeties deep if they want to throw it.
Fakes the handoff, rolling right, looks.
Got a man.
He's got him. Oh, just a little overthrown, trying to go to number 11, Lawson Stout. So it's going to be 4th down for the Broncos.
I thought he was going to go underneath to his tight end, 81, Aaron Saylor, and Saylor was running right along the 1st down. He had his man beat. If he catches it, he would have turned up. But that was the route they wanted, about 18 yards on the field. Stout had a step, but that's the ball you got to throw out in front because if you throw it a little bit behind him, it'd be picked off. So nonetheless, an incompletion, and Kingfisher going to get the ball back. 2 guys back on this punt return, so let's see if they don't try something tricky here. Low snap. Still muffed.
Oh, still kind of now he's lost it. He's still going to try and kick it and somehow gets it away. And it is a boot. Still bouncing. Down. No.
It's going to go in the end zone. Touchback. But he was hit. So that's going to be a roughing the kicker. He was hammered when he punted that. He was still behind the line of scrimmage, so he was not a runner yet.
Just a crazy play.
Although they call it on the 1-yard line. That's right. In high school, your body can go in the end zone. The ball just can't cross. It's the opposite of the NFL, where the ball can cross and your body can't. So
we had that. You remember we had that at the Hera Tuttle game?
You're right. We sure did.
A year ago.
So Bethany's going to keep the ball. But what I don't understand, this penalty, if he's outside the box, he's considered a runner. Nope, they're going to call it roughing the kicker. Boy, that's a tough call. It's like a quarterback when they're scrambling, but he's still behind the line of scrimmage. You have to give him every opportunity to kick. But it looked like he could have run the ball, gets hammered, somehow gets the punt off, probably the best punt of his career, pays for it, but picks up his team a 1st down. That's one of the wackier plays I've seen.
I don't think I've ever seen a roughing the kicker penalty where he was 10, 15, 20 yards out of where he should have punted the ball from.
Well, he muffed the snap, then thought he could get the kickoff, fakes the kick to get the first guy in the air, turns left. I thought he was going to run it, then kicks it, and then gets hammered.
Crazy.
Oh.
All right, here they tried to swing it out. Number 11, Lawson Stout, and he missed it.
Stumbled, probably looking up before he caught the ball, drops it, and 2nd down. So
it's just a crazy play. Fortunate for the Broncos. Now the mistakes starting to happen over on the Kingfisher side.
But what do you do if you're the defender there, though? I mean, you don't want him to pick up a 1st down. It looked. I actually, as soon as he kicked it, looked to see if he was still behind the line of scrimmage because I knew he was close. So if you're a defender, how can you know?
All right, here's
Great
Harrell.
cut.
Oh, nice cut. Makes his way all the way down to the 48-yard line.
Mark, that was a 1-yard loss. It was just turned into. I mean, how patient. Tell you who he reminds me of, and this is okay. Bear in mind, this is a 4A kid in the state of Oklahoma, and I'm getting ready to name an NFL running back. So, but a lot of Le'Veon Bell, super patient, great cut, allows the blocks.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, let's make sure we understand what I'm saying here. But I'm saying style of running and kind of the way he allows blocks to set up.
Here's a keeper.
Yep, they weren't set. It's going to be a false start.
So they're going to back up 5.
Well, it's good that he would have been short there.
And he's not that big. 6
Nope.
foot, 170 pounds.
You know, I was down there on the field next to him before the game. I was talking.
Is that a generous 6 foot?
No, I think 6 foot's accurate. I think 170 is. I think they don't want people to realize he's as physical as he is, because I would have guessed he was probably in the 180 neighborhood. He's a well-built kid. He's
Really?
not slender at all. No, I mean, look at him. He looks like he's put together pretty well, but. Nonetheless, that's what they've got him listed as. You know, of course, coming off the knee injury at the end of the season last year, talked to the coaching staff. They said not only is he healthy, but not even wearing a brace, and they said it doesn't affect him at all. He doesn't think about it. Just one of those kids that, you know, has the ability to get it out of his mind.
3rd and 7 for the Broncos. They hand it off to Harrell.
He's gone.
got a huge hole. If he gets a block, it's 6. Can't get a block. Oh, great play there by number 17, Cole Crosswhite, to save a touchdown.
Well, Connor Wallstad was blocking. Harold just misread. And that's one of those deals where you want to get on the defender and force him one way, but Wallstad was just kind of jabbing with him. It forced Harold to pick a direction. When he did, the defender was able to jump inside. I think if Harold jumps outside, he would have gotten close. But either way, another huge run for Peyton Harrell.
He has to be pushing at least 150 yards on the ground here in the first half. Here's a pass, wide open. And he dropped it. That was a great, great pass by Sam Brandt to number 5, Connor Wallstad.
It almost looked like as Wallstad had it caught, as he was bringing it down, it hit his own leg. Like he was bringing the ball down to secure it, and he hit it, and it hit his right leg in stride because he caught it above his head. It was when he was bringing it down. Probably thinking about that celebration now that they can celebrate. Oh, that's just in the NFL. Boy, that's tough. That was an excellent throw. That ball was high, soft.
2nd and 10, out of the shotgun. They hand it off to Harrell, and he is wrapped up.
Look at that.
Still going, though. Wow, he was wrapped up by number 5, Declan Hobb, and Harrell just drug him another couple of yards.
I hate to harp on it, but we talked to the coach staff. I don't know if you want to call a drop pass a mistake, but certainly a missed opportunity, obviously, because it's a touchdown. And those are the things they're working on. And, again, if they aren't able to score here, you're looking at, potentially 14 points they've cost themselves.
3rd and 6. Brandt keeps it left side. Big hole, still going. Knocked down right at the 7.
Love that play.
First down, though.
Love that play call. There was not even a fake. If you see what happened there, Harrell immediately went and became an extra blocker. And you hear that all the time when you talk about quarterbacks who can run. And when they run immediately, now you have an extra blocker, and you have someone else you have to account for. So super excellent play design. Brandt showing his athleticism, and 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for Bethany.
Broncos have done a great job bouncing back from the mistakes
absolutely
that they've incurred during the first half here, and now they are knocking on the door once again.
Well, and they're doing it on the ground. The clock's running. We're less than 5 minutes to go in the quarter.
That was Harrell. Oh, nice play there. Number 33 of the Yellowjackets, Calvin Vincent. Great play there for a loss.
Misspoke. We're right at 5 minutes now. But either way, dominated the clock. They've dominated the ball the entire game. I'd be interested to know the time of possession, but I guarantee you it's at least 4-1. And but you got to get points. You got to pay these drives off.
Coach Arthur told me before the game, hey, we got to keep Sternberger off the field.
Yep, absolutely.
They've done that in the first half.
This would be a place on 2nd down and goal from the 11. I'd like to see 2 RPOs. Get Brandt outside the tackle, outside the box. Give him the opportunity to pass or tuck it for 4 or 5 yards.
2nd and 11 underneath. They hand it off to Harrell.
Another great play in the backfield. That was 50.
Wow, nice job there.
I don't have a 50 on my roster, so I'm not sure who that is, but great play nonetheless by the Jackets.
This would be a big stop for the Yellowjackets. They can hold them to at least a field goal or less.
Wallstad on the bottom side of the screen, who dropped the touchdown, goes 6'3". So he's a good-sized kid.
Underneath, Harrell in the backfield. They fake it. He's looking left, throws, incomplete.
Over the head of his tight end there, Brody Claiborne. So Claiborne would have been short either way.
Yeah. It's going to be 4th down, so we're going to try and get 3 out of it. Cody Hunt.
Brandt had a receiver running behind the defense in the back corner of the end zone. Had he seen him, it probably would have been 6. But he misses his opportunity. I think he had Harrell out there in the back corner of the end zone, missed him. And so an opportunity.
All right, let's see if Hunt can give the Broncos a 10-point lead. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Left hash. Kick is up. And it is good. So just under 4 minutes remaining. The Broncos 16. The Kingfisher Yellowjackets 6. We're going to take a break. Wrap up the first half here at Bethany. Everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
So all right, welcome back. Just under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. The Broncos lead the Kingfisher Yellowjackets 16-6 in a very, very entertaining first half so far. All kinds of craziness, plays getting called back, crazy punts, and some really good football though, Brian.
Yeah, and an opportunity here for Kingfisher. They've not had the ball much. They've been physically beaten for sure. 3:47 to go, but if you can go score and cut this game to 3 with everything that's happened, you got to feel pretty good. You could take momentum into the locker room, and you would also have the ball to start the second half. So a big drive here for both teams as the kicker slips, and it's a low squibber.
All right. Taking it to 20, up to the 25, cuts it back up the middle. Still going, big hole, left-hand side, stumbles a little bit, and he is tackled at the 47-yard line. Wow, nice run there by Keaton Abercrombie.
Chasing him down from behind was Jordan Flinton. Father is the principal of the high school. He also played guard for my AAU ball team. So a few Broncos making the list. Really good shooter. His grandfather actually is A.D. Birchie, legendary high school coach. Legendary high school coach at Putnam City High School. Jordan's mother is A.D.'s oldest daughter.
Plenty of time for Sternberger and the Yellowjackets to strike here from the 47. Out of the shotgun, looking right, going deep down the middle, wide open. Nobody's there, and he's going in for 6. Just like that, lightning strikes. Have no idea what happened, but Mr. Cole Crosswhite, goes in for 6, and there was nobody within 20 yards of him, Brian.
Well, they ran the play action to him. So once he had taken the play action, obviously you think the ball's going to go somewhere else. Well, he just kept running up the middle because you can't tackle him because he's not the ball carrier, and no one accounted for him in the receiving game, and that's an easy pitch and catch. And so all of a sudden, Bethany dominating this game, but a big play, 16 to potentially 13.
Cole Crosswhite with the big catch and 6, the extra point. Up and good. So just like that, in a matter of seconds, Broncos 16, Yellowjackets 13.
That's right, a big play there. But the good news for Bethany, I guess, is that they get the ball back with a chance to answer themselves. So it was 6-6 at the end of the first quarter. It was 6-6 with about 9 minutes to go in the quarter. And then all of a sudden now it's 16-13. So things starting to open up a little bit. But that is absolutely what Kingfisher needed. And they finally got Sternberger some time, a blown coverage, an excellent play design, and a throw and catch mark that you and I potentially could have made. So
a crazy game so far.
That's right. I'm over here giving trivia, and they're scoring touchdowns. Unfortunately, they did not enter into the still unsponsored red zone.
The time of possession has got to be just dominated by the Broncos.
Well, yeah, that possession lasted 8 seconds, or however long it takes Cole Crosswhite to catch a ball and run 40 yards.
And then the first possession that Kingfisher had, they went down and
they have
down at 4 plays.
I think that is I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain they have only picked up 2 first downs, and they were both on the first drive. They've gone 3 and out every other possession, and that was a touchdown without a first down. I think they have 2 first downs, and they're both on the first drive.
And probably less than 6 minutes of possession in the first half.
Not even that.
All right, here's the kick.
Returnable.
Into the wind. Taken right at the 15, up to the 20, to the 25. It's going to be tackled at the 26.
Ben Lawson, the sophomore, had a cup of tea on my basketball team in 6th grade. So people know my younger brother goes to Bethany. That's how a lot of these kids.
You're quite connected.
Know a few of the kids here. Hopefully I'm doing my best to not show any favoritism. But actually really excited to see Jet Sternberger. He was one of my favorite players to watch. As you know, I watched a lot of high school basketball. He was one of my favorite players to watch in basketball. So really excited to see him play quarterback as well. This is one of the games I had highlighted on the schedule.
All right, hand off to Harrell. He's going to lose a yard there. I saw 3 years of Jet Sternberger on the hardwood, and that's plenty.
He can go, man. Shoot, he can dribble. He's confident. Doesn't look like he should be that good, and he is good. And he'll let the defenders know that they can't guard him either.
I remember seeing him.
That's my favorite part about it.
I remember seeing him the first time at summer camp at Frontier Team Camp. And he was tiny and scrawny, and I'd heard this kid could shoot, but I had no idea he could shoot it that good. All right, here's Harrell. Oh, still have it all the way down to the 43-yard line. Good run there by Harrell. And I hope I'm able to get stats at the half because I am really, really curious to see how many yards.
We were saying between 125 and 150, and that's another 25. He's got to have at least 150.
Yeah.
Timeout to tie his shoe over here, cross white. But back to Sternberger. Yeah, he can play, and super excited to see him this year on the basketball court. I really love seeing him play. He's confident. But they're playing Fort Gibson. Fort Gibson had some quick guards, and they tried 3 or 4 guys, and about midway through the third quarter, Jet made sure and let the guy guarding him know that nobody on their team could guard him. And the next play, he went right by the kid, and the kid had to foul him, and he said, "I told you." And I just started laughing. I lost it.
Brandt keeps it, rolls left.
Oh, they were ready for that.
Oh, nice job there by Trey Green. He was all over that for Kingfisher.
That was an easier than an open 3 for Green.
And talking to Coach Myers of Kingfisher before the game, he mentioned the success that a lot of these kids had in basketball that's really carried over to the football team. The leadership and just the intensity and the physicality on the football field is really carried over in both sports. Oh, there is just
I think there was a miscommunication which way the play was supposed to go there. But, well, Mark, confidence does a lot of things, but more importantly, winning. When you learn how to win and when you win and you think you're going to win, that does a lot of things. You get in close games, and when you expect to win, you're going to make the plays. When you don't expect to win and you think you're going to mess up, you're probably going to mess up. So when you expect to win, you don't have pressure, so you can just kind of make plays.
All right, clock is winding down as we approach.
Yeah, you don't want to snap this until it gets close to 0.
A minute and a half, just under a minute and a half remaining here in the first half. Out of the shotgun, 3rd and long.
He's got room to run.
He's got a little room. Gets back to about the 46-yard line, and he is met hard.
Well, Kingfisher not going to call timeout, and they had 2 remaining, so I think they're going to be happy to head to the locker room down 3, especially with it being 4th down. I would have called timeout there and see if you could have got a missed snap or at least make him punt a clean punt. Maybe you get a punt return for a touchdown. I'm surprised, especially with being 4th and 13, they're not going to go for it. I expected them to at least make them have a clean execution on the punt. And if you don't get it, then you kneel it twice. But either way.
Does have a breeze behind him.
Yep.
15. Oh, bad punt. Bad snap. He gets the punt away.
It's a gorgeous one.
It's muff. Did he muff it? It looks like
Bethany's
the
got
Broncos recovered it.
Jackson Howard is on the ball of the pile with the
goodness.
football. Well, maybe that's why you don't call timeout, because you only give him 34 seconds to score. Wow, what a play.
And the craziness continues.
God, this game.
He almost.
Snap almost went over his head.
Yeah.
Great catch to get it. And then if you're playing, if you're playing just to get to the half, if you're a Kingfisher and you don't stop the clock, so obviously they had no intentions of scoring, why even field it? Let the thing hit the ground. But the mistakes that Bethany was making early, Kingfisher's made late, and Bethany could capitalize here. This would be a big score.
Brandt, shotgun, looking. Now he keeps it. He's tackled right at the 12.
Clock's running.
They only have one.
You got to call timeout, yeah. That's inexperience right there, Mark. In that situation, even though there's a hole there, unless you know you can score, throw it away. Just throw it out of the back of the end zone.
Kill the clock.
Throw it over a receiver's head and live to fight another down. Now you've wasted your timeout. So if you do get sacked or if your guy catches the ball short of the goal line, you're not going to have time. You're going to have to get up and snap the ball. So in that situation, you just throw it through the goalpost and you play second down. So that's just a sophomore wanting to make a big play. That's a competitor, a kid who likes to make plays, trying to make one. But because of the early timeouts, because they couldn't get plays in, and they're going to take another 2.5 seconds off the clock. 25.2 seconds is what they're going to put up there, I believe.
So with no timeouts left, you would think that they're going to
Everything's
have to
gotta be
go
in
in
the
the
end
air, yeah.
Or if you want to hand it off to Harold, that's fine, but everyone's got to know we're going to go clock it, and then we'll run a fourth down play.
He could sweep it and
Yep.
hopefully get out of bounds if
Sure.
he needs to get out of bounds.
You could run that swing pass. 29 point. I thought I said 25. 29
seconds.
Yes,
remaining.
they had to. Looked like the clock had stopped for a second, anticipating a timeout, and they didn't. And then they ran it again.
But we've seen some crazy games that we've done together, Brian.
Yeah, we have. Well, I remember the Hera game we did 2 years ago where Hera looked like they were going to win, and then the kick return goes down to the 1. They run it. They rush the field goal team out, and they block the kick.
Just craziness. And this is more craziness so far here in the first half.
Well, if we get to do a Hera game soon, they've got a new stadium.
We are doing a Hera game. In
they at
fact,
home?
I think that's where we're at next week.
Great.
That is
Play
where
Tuttle,
we're at.
right?
No, they play Cleveland.
That's right.
All right, here we go.
Got to get rid of it,
looking,
Sam.
Oh, cannot get sacked. And he does get sacked. Now you have no timeouts left. Clock is running. What are they going to do?
They're going to try to snap it. They're going to try to clock it.
Clock's still running.
Snap it, Sam.
And he kills it.
1.5 seconds. So you have time. They're going to run the field goal unit out there.
There's 11 seconds left.
You got to get rid of that ball. I mean, that's so for all the things he's done well, and his mom told him before the game, don't give him a hard time, but I've got to in this situation. Sorry, Angela. Inexperience showing on the last 2 plays. You should have saved your timeout and thrown out of bounds. And because you don't have a timeout, you can't get sacked. He gets sacked, so he compounds the first mistake.
All right, this is going to be about a
37-yarder
with the win. And it's blocked.
Uh-oh. More craziness, Mark. High snap. So Bethany should have the momentum, but because it's a field goal block, Kingfisher has the momentum. I don't know who has the momentum, Mark, but I know this. We're going to have a heck of a second half.
I'm going to say this. There are not too many games where you can say, hey, look, we're up by 3 points. I'm happy. And at the same time going, hey, we're down by 3 points. I'm happy
And
because
I'm really
of
happy.
all the things that have taken place in this first half.
I don't know if Bethany can be happy, Mark. I mean, think about they've had 4 plays of over 20 yards.
Yeah, but
back.
think about all the mistakes. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
All the mistakes that have been made, and they're up by 3. But at the same time, you think about all the critical plays defensively that Kingfisher has not been able to execute on the defensive side, and they're only down by 3.
More importantly, who's going to get nachos at halftime?
I don't know. We're gonna have the
just doing everything I can to throw you off.
The halftime show here, man.
Is that sponsored by anybody that serves food or no?
You're all about the food tonight, man.
I'm hungry. I got here early. Then we were thrown. I didn't know it was a 7:30 kick. I was so entrenched in preparing for this one.
Hey, they had that big-time barbecue setting down here.
Do they? Yeah,
have you not taken part in that?
Yeah, it's down at the south end. They've got great burgers. But you just told me we have a halftime show, so how am I going to get down there
just
and get
for
one?
a few minutes, man.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm sure with all your connections here at Bethany, you can just stroll down there and get one.
I probably could send a text and get us a couple up here. See what I can work on.
All right, under 10 seconds here in the first half.
They're going to throw it here.
A crazy first half.
Double
They're
pass.
going to throw it.
Nope, it wasn't a double pass.
They go to Trey Green. He's still going. Finally knocked down right at the 49.
The clock's going to stop, though.
So they're going to get one more play out of this.
Yeah, I don't know if they can snap it in 0.2 seconds when the ref – because remember, the ref's going to start the clock, and I don't know if you can snap the ball in 0.2.
Call timeout now, though, can he?
They could. He has timeout, but he's not going to. So that'll end it.
Wow. So at the half here in Bethany, the Bethany Broncos lead the Kingfisher Yellowjackets, and we're going to come back after a break with the Oklahoma Farm Bureau halftime show, give you some scores, let you know what's going across the state of Oklahoma from a high school standpoint, and try and summarize this craziness that has taken place in the first half. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae.
Get into something good.
2 big dips of Brahms Premium Vanilla Ice Cream. Rich and creamy hot fudge. A shower of toasted almonds. Whipped cream and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms.
Get into something good.
It's the Great American Ford Sales Event, offering 0% for 60 months on the most 5-star safety-rated vehicles. America's best-selling brand and the best in Oklahoma. Plus, all first responders, active duty, and military veterans get $1,000 appreciation cash on top of all current offers, like 0% financing for 60 months on all Ford SUVs, plus $1,000 appreciation cash. Hurry into your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Halftime on Game Time is brought to you by the Oklahoma Farm Bureau, the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better. Tune in each week as we bring you some of the best players in the nation all fall long.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the Oklahoma Farm Bureau halftime show, where the Oklahoma Farm Bureau you've always known and loved, now even better. Mark Jeffries along with Brian Burchell, and we said it, I'm going to say it again, one of the craziest halves of football that I've seen in a long time, Brian.
For a game that's 16-13, there was tons of excitement. We talked about it before the Sternberger touchdown pass across right off the air, and it's one of those deals where I don't know if you look at this from the Bethany side and say, man, we have a lot of mistakes, so it's good we have the lead, but at the same time, if it weren't for those mistakes, we've probably cost ourselves at least 10 to 14 points. Or you look at it from the Kingfisher side and say, we've been whipped. We only have 2 big plays, but as a result of that, we're only down 3. I'm not sure which is a better side to take. However, I do think because of that, we are going to be able to have a big second half. And, I really think the second half is going to come down to, can Bethany's big offensive line wear down Kingfisher? And can Bethany continue to keep the Kingfisher offense off the field? Kingfisher's offense very much resembles what you would normally see from a spread, high-power attack. If they get that first down, they get going. If you can stop them on first down and get them behind the chains, it's a little tougher. So as the band gets ready to go here at the half for their second performance of the evening, we certainly are ready for the second half performance that we put on by these 2 football teams.
Kingfisher got off to a great start. First set of downs, they go down 4 plays later. They've got 6, and then time of possession is just enormously out of whack. It's got to be 8-1, 9-1, if not 10-1.
I mean, so if there's 24 minutes in the quarter, and we estimate Kingfisher's had it for at most 5 to 6 minutes. So yeah, you're probably 3 to 4 to 1, 3 or 4 to 1. But Interesting enough that it's certainly Bethany's dominated the ball. They've dominated the yardage. They've dominated everything. The only thing they haven't dominated is the scoreboard. And as we say every week, what matters at the end of the game is what those final numbers say on the board. And right now, it's only 16-13. So certainly hoping to see more of those big plays. But, for me, Mark, I'd like to see both teams clean it up and really see these two teams get after it.
All right,
we are some team stats here.
Yeah, we are working on some stats right here real quick. The main one is we want to see how many yards that
Peyton Harrell has,
and that's what I'm trying to find here.
A great cameraman doing some work going out and taking pictures of the official stats. So Mark is trying to figure out technology.
Okay, here's what we have for the Bethany Broncos. Total rushing yards, 234 on 35 attempts. They averaged 6.7 yards per carry. They only had 14 yards through the air, 2 for 9. Total yards, 248. For the Kingfisher Yellowjackets, 41 rushing yards on 9 attempts, 4.6 yards per carry. And let's see here, passing yards, only 65 yards through the air for Jet Sternberger in the first half.
So just over 100 yards of total offense. Here's what's incredible. Bethany has 48 yards rushing, correct? And they've got at least 65 called back on penalties. They should have 300 yards rushing. Now, of course, they gained some of those 65 back on the drives and blah, blah, blah. But they'd have darn close to 275 yards rushing if there weren't penalties.
Peyton Harrell, 24 carries in the first half for 197 yards.
That's it? Well, he's averaging 200 a game, so I think he's going to get there. How many plays can you do quick math, or I can do it? Let's see how many plays each team have run. I bet you Bethany's run 3 times at least the number of plays.
Well, let's see.
Because you said they had 34 rushes and how many passes? 9?
14 for Bethany.
So that's 48. They've run 48 total plays.
No, 49.
49 total plays. What about Kingfisher?
Kingfisher, 9 rushing attempts. And 6 passing attempts.
49 to 15 total plays. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm going to now lean towards the Kingfisher side of who should be happier at the half. You've run 15 total plays. Talk about efficiency. You've run 15 plays and scored 13 points. You're almost averaging a point per play, which in basketball is really good. In football, it's incredible. So, I'm leaning towards Kingfisher being the team I would expect, if all things are equal, having the higher win probability coming out in the second half, especially getting the ball first. But then again, if Bethany continues to run the ball the way they have, see how I'm fence riding here, Mark? So at the end of the game, I can say I'm right no matter what. That's professionalism is what that is.
I'm just so impressed with Peyton Harrell's performance so far, 197 yards in the first half. And so many of those yards, too, after contact.
Yes. And a couple of them on just huge holes opened up by the offensive line, which both talk about what we talked about earlier, and that's physicality. The bigger offensive line, the bigger players for Bethany have certainly done their part. But I remember telling you before the game started that Harrell's a stud. And I was super impressed by him last year before he got hurt. And I'm glad to see he's back because he's a kid with his size. He could very well be running for touchdowns on this field for the next 4 years, or a field like this. A small – he's definitely got the ability to play at the next level.
All right, here's your scoring summary. At 8:17, Jeff Sternberger, 20-yard run, 4 plays, 46 yards, in a minute, 41 seconds. Failed extra point. Then Peyton Harrell, 15-yard run, 4 plays, 49 yards in 52 seconds. Then in the second quarter, you had Sam Brandt's 9-yard run. The kick was good, 11 plays, 58 yards, and 4:05, so a good drive there by the Broncos. And then Cody Hunt had a 27-yard field goal, 13 plays, 40 yards in 5 minutes, 9 seconds. And then finally, the Cole Crosswhite 47-yard reception from Jet Sternberger. 1 play, 47 yards, 18 seconds, and that's where we stand here in the first half. So 16-13, Broncos up. We're going to take a break, come back, see if we can get some scores from across the state. And I'm telling you right now, Brian, a shocker in 4A so far. at the half.
That's a tease.
We'll be right back.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
It's the Great American Ford Sales Event. Get 0% for 60 months on the smartest, most capable trucks. America's best-selling brand and the best in Oklahoma. Plus, all first responders, active duty, and military veterans get $1,000 appreciation cash on top of all current offers. Like 0% financing for 60 months on F-Series, plus $1,000 appreciation cash. Hurry into your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Because every great accomplishment takes courage. Because one person can't do it all. Because dreams are worth chasing. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With proven services that support all of your endeavors. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Game Time on Your View. This is the Ford Game of the Week where the Bethany Broncos lead the Kingfisher Yellowjackets here at halftime, 16-13. We're going to run down some scores from across the state. I'm going to start off by a shocker. Brian, Tuttle trailing Plainview 23-0 at the half.
The home of Justin Blackman.
Wow.
Plainview. I got a couple for you while you're scrolling through. Stillwater, Coach Gundy's son, Gunnar Gundy, one of the better names. They lead Mustang 24-0. Another big-time score out of 5A. Number 1, Carl Albert leads number 3, Ardmore, 21-6. Number 2, of course, is McGinnis. Lawton dominating Ike, 46-13.
All right, we're going to run down some more 4A scores here.
Sure.
Cushing all over Cleveland in the third quarter, 28-17. Catoosa leading Coweta, 13-0. Hall and Hall over Metro Christian, 28-14 in the third quarter. Cash beating Western Heights, 16-6 in the third quarter. El Reno all over Chickasha, 35-16. Pryor over Miami, 49-0 at the third quarter. Beggs leading Hilldale, 22-12. Heritage Hall all over Davis, 42-6 in the third. Anadarko leading Elgin 30-13 in the third quarter. Tahlequah leading Salisaw 14-7. Ada all over Durant 35-7. And we mentioned the Plainview Tuttle score 23-0. Wagner in a tight one with Fort Gibson 21-14. That's a good one.
Some scores from some Metro teams. Millwood, number 1 in their class, on the road at Cassia Hall. Thought it could be a tough game, but they're up 26-7 at the half. And, of course, the battle, the Mid-Del battle. Midwest City leading Del City right now at the half, 21-6. And let's update that score between Jinx and Springdale, Arkansas, who Jinx, again, possibly falling to 0-4 on the season. They trail at halftime 22-0.
Wow.
Jinx and I'm going to go out on a limb. This is the most unofficial stat I've ever read in my life. I'm going to say Jinx has never been 0-4 in football ever in the history of Jinx High School. I feel like that's safe.
We'll see if somebody out there in
sure,
Twitter land.
Somebody tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, help us out on
Brian
that.
A. Burchell.
All right, a couple more scores, and then we're going to take a break, come back with third quarter action. A battle between Blanchard and Newcastle. Casey Thompson, he's really kind of struggled a little bit in his first 3 games for Newcastle. They trail Blanchard at halftime 30-14. You mentioned Millwood all over Cassia Hall 32-7, and then Woodward leading Weatherford 14-7 at the half. So we're going to take a break, come back with an exciting second half here at Bethany. Hang with us. This is Game Time on Your View. This is the Ford Game of the Week. We'll be right back with second half action. Welcome back, everybody. Mark Jeffries along with Brian Burchell. This is Game Time on Your View, the Ford Game of the Week. And we've got a crazy, exciting, just fun to watch second half of football coming, Brian. And we talked a little bit at half about the statistics, and 248 total yards for the Broncos, and 197 of them came from our man, Mr. Harrell. And a half that was dominated by him displaying his ability to run the football.
Unfortunately, that domination didn't lead to domination on the scoreboard if you're a Bronco fan, because they're only up 16-13. But you're right. You got to figure if that continues, Bethany's in good shape, because they're going to run more plays. Kingfisher's going to wear down. A lot of these guys go two ways. If you've got to go play defense every play, it's going to be hard to play offense doing the same thing. But for now, that's going to be the recipe for success for Bethany and the recipe for success for Kingfisher. At some point, they've got to put more guys in the box and force Bethany to beat them in the air.
All right, Kingfisher's going to have the ball first here in the second half. Only 106 total yards for the Yellowjackets in the first half. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Abercrombie takes it to 20, up to the 25, still going. Now he's tackled at the 30, so let's see what Jet can get going for Kingfisher here to kick things off in the second half.
Well, you mentioned all that about the scoring or about the time of possession. And if Kingfisher can come out and have a successful opening drive, you look up, and they got the lead all of a sudden. And really could do it with having the ball for, less than 4 minutes and having if they score here 170 yards of offense. So we mentioned it, 49 plays to 15 plays. I think Bethany will run more plays because of the style of offense they run, but I think it has to be, for Kingfisher to win, they're going to have to be probably within 15 plays or so at the end of this game. Second half numbers.
Sternberger looks right, fakes, now he has it, throws. Nice catch there by Trey Green, out of bounds. Now he was out of bounds before he fumbled it, right at the 41-yard line of the Broncos. Great catch there by Trey Green.
Great catch, but an even better throw. Sternberger put that where only Trey Green could catch it because the defender was there. I mean, the defender cut in front there and had a chance to make a play on the ball, but couldn't because it was absolutely in the perfect spot.
Kingfisher on the move. Kick things off here in the second half. They hand the ball off. Big hole. Still going. Fumble. And it is jumped on by number 58. That would be Zane Varnell.
Yeah, Crosswhite got hit hard there. Helmet right to the knee. And pretty fortunate that his offensive lineman was there because there were two Broncos in the neighborhood as well, but Kingfisher gets it back.
Sternberger, shotgun. Hands the ball off inside. Oh, and he is met by a slew of Broncos.
Well, that's a great play because I was fooled. Excellent play design there. Crosswhite acted like he was going to go out for a pass, then comes back almost like a shuffle pass, but it was a handoff. Bethany ready, so a big third down early in this third quarter.
3rd and 1 for the Yellowjackets.
I would imagine as long as they don't use yardage, they'll go for it on 4th.
Green on the right-hand side. They hand the ball off. Big hole up the middle. Still going all the way down to about the 12-yard line.
So Bethany brought the safety on a blitz. He just misses in the backfield. Well, because of that, the gap up the middle is open. So Crosswhite with plenty of running room and a big gain, and now they're inside the unsponsored red zone.
Very, very smart runner, Crosswhite. They hand the ball off to him, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, he's very quick, very shifty for sure. We've been singing the praises of Harrell, but the few opportunities Crosswhite's had, he's been impressive as well. If he had the 20-something carries that Harrell's had, he might have 180 yards too.
Sternberger, shotgun, looks right, still looking, little pressure. Now he runs.
Oh, great tackle.
Oh, and they got him all the way back at the 30-yard line. Number 81.
Aaron Saylor on the play. Great job there by Saylor. Looked like Sternberger was going to circle out, and if he does, he would have all sorts of daylight, but instead he's sacked, and it'll be 3rd and 21, Mark.
Wow. Kingfisher had it rolling there for a little bit.
I mean, I think here you try to dial up something to get 8 or 10 yards and give yourself a chance on 4th. I don't know that they're confident in their kicking game, but we'll see.
Empty backfield, cross white to the right-hand side. Looks to go left, all the way down. Pass is incomplete. Nice coverage there by the Broncos. He was trying to go to number 25, Bryce Carrington.
And that's great coverage there because the defensive back there, number 21, Braxton Reed, what he does is he forces the receiver to the boundary. So even if that ball is caught, he'd have been out of bounds. So the defender does a great job not giving ground, not giving up the sideline, and really kind of runs the receiver out of bounds while defending the pass. So excellent job. And look at this. We're going to go for it on 4th and 21 because why not?
Well, they would be kicking into the wind, and the wind is still fairly strong, probably blowing 15 to 20. So 4th and long for Kingfisher here to kick things off here in the second half.
If you're a secondary member of Bethany, knock it down. Don't intercept it inside the 5 or the 10 and cost your team 20 yards.
Good point. Sternberger rolling right, looking. Oh,
he's wide
eludes one. Now he keeps it still going. He's going to take it all the way down to the 20, down to the 15, almost to the 12.
Short.
He gets knocked out of bounds, so Broncos are going to take over deep in their own zone.
Good play by Bethany. They get the stop. Good play by Sternberger to get a positive play and pin Bethany deep. So all in all, better than a pooch punt.
I think that was Aaron Saylor that almost sacked Sternberger for a huge loss.
That'd have been a big play, but Sternberger said it. Actually, Sternberger could have thrown back, and his receiver probably gets the same amount of yards, but would have had a better chance because the defense could not have flowed over there, but he kept it. Now Bethany, I'm going to guess Peyton Harrell gets the carry here, Mark.
All right, Brandt hands the ball off to Harrell. Still going. Gets a couple.
Good job by the defense there, containing him. You know, this may be a deal where if you're the Kingfisher defensive line, maybe you don't try to penetrate as much. You almost run defense, so you just kind of try to stand the offensive line up and just gap integrity, gap control, which looked like what they did there. But they've got 4 down linemen, linebacker creep. They still only have 7 guys in the box.
Brandt, shotgun, hands the ball off to Harrell. Yellowjackets do a good job there. They are all over him.
197 yards in the first half and 2 carries for 0 yards here in the third quarter. So 3rd and 10. Boy, this would be a big first stop for Kingfisher to come out, get a stop, and they'd get the ball back, you would presume, inside Bethany territory. See what Sam Brandt can do in the passing game here.
3rd and 10 for the Broncos. First possession of the second half. Rolling right. Looking.
Got him.
Passes, got him. Did he catch it? No, it hit the turf first, so it's going to be 4th down for the Broncos.
Had a man open, just didn't get the ball to him, left it a little bit short, and that's a killer because he had the guy open. It seems like almost every time Sam's passed tonight, Mark, they've moved the pocket. So I don't know if that's a deal where their line, as good as they are run blocking, may not be as solid pass blocking. I don't know. Or maybe just with a young quarterback, you want to shrink the field, less room for mistakes. I'm not sure. But either way, he had a man open there. He just couldn't get the pass to him.
Kingfisher doing a great job containing Harrell that first possession. 2 carries for 0 yards. Broncos forced to punt. With the wind.
It's a boomer.
That is a good punt. Going back. It's touched. Scooped up. Still kind of running around there, and he's finally going to be tackled right at the 38-yard line. Very interesting there.
50-yard punt from the young man. He's got a big leg.
Well, he's got that nice breeze behind him, too, but Crosswhite there, a little dangerous in his decision-making, whether or not he touched that ball or not.
Remember, they muffed one at the end of the first half that almost cost them points, but they blocked the field goal late. But certainly, I think that Crosswhite wasn't planning on fielding it, but the bounce came right towards him. May or may not have nicked him, so he covered it up to be safe.
1st and 10 for Kingfisher right at the 38. Shotgun. Sternberger looking down the middle's got him. Incomplete. Right off the fingertips of number 11, Cole Daugherty. Had him wide open, but just a little bit too long.
You're going to put that one on Sternberger, huh? I'm going to say that ball should have been caught.
It was catchable.
I think it was beyond catchable. That was a pretty good ball. But either way, he's missed Daugherty twice on 2 plays that would have been touchdowns if they connect.
Yeah, definitely a breakdown in coverage, though.
For sure, absolutely. Darty's gotten behind coverage twice. Thought it was a really well-thrown ball. But either way, just misses.
Shotgun.
That's false start on the right tackle. They got it, 58.
They're going to back them up 5 more. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Yellowjackets.
Zane Varnell, who recovered the fumble on the last drive, was untrue in his start, Mark. Very false, in fact. And cost him 5.
Hey, next week, me and you, once again, is Cleveland makes a visit to the brand-new stadium at Hara High School. Very excited to see what they have for us there in that game. All right, Sternberger looking. Pass is caught, and he is smashed as soon as he made connection with the pigskin. And, wow, what a hit there by number 26 on the hit?
It's 20, Jacob Kyle. And the receiver there was bobbling it just enough that when he was licked, he dropped it. So guys are getting open now. Kingfisher doing a good job there. Bethany's gone primarily zone. Well, all zone in their back end coverage. So Sternberger's rolling, and what he's doing is he's creating more time, and his receivers are finding pockets in the defense. They just haven't been able to quite connect yet.
All right, 3rd and 15.
Quarterback draw wide open.
Sternberger keeps it. Oh, nice tackle there. He's going to get about 5, so it's going to be 4th and 10 for Kingfisher.
Brody Claiborne on the tackle. Also played for me growing up. Good, hard-working kid. Brody actually was a stellar athlete. Broke his ankle as a 6th or 7th grader. Set him back quite a ways. He's just now really, in my opinion, regaining some of that athleticism that he had. And his brother played quarterback here and was a guard for the basketball team. Was a starting quarterback for 2 years at Southwestern College in Weatherford.
All right, here's the punt into the wind. It's going to stop right at the 35-yard line. So
we're going to get a penalty on Kingfisher, I think. We'll see who the penalty's on. It's going to be some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct here at midfield. Mark, you promised an exciting second half, and all we've had is punts. So,
well, I was just getting ready to mention everything that went down in the first half. We'd had 3 sets of series of downs and really nothing to show for it.
No, we had the one big pass play to Trey Green, and other than that, we've had nothing. So let's sort out this penalty and see what happens. I think it's going to be on Kingfisher, which if it is, Bethany will get the ball at midfield.
Personal foul.
Yep, sure is. So Trent McFadden drawing the penalty, and Bethany will get the ball at midfield with an opportunity to retake some control here, as Kingfisher has dropped a couple passes, Mark, that quite frankly should have been caught, and both would have been first downs in both big plays, and nonetheless it forces them to give the ball up, and now Bethany will have the ball at midfield. They're trying to decide if they want to make him re-kick or they'll take the ball at midfield. I would think they just take the ball. There's no reason to risk a fumble or anything like that. Yeah, you take the ball right there, absolutely.
And that's what they're going to do. So he's going to decline the penalty and go ahead and take the ball at the.
Oh, I thought they were going to. They get the 15. Oh, so they. I thought they would get the 15 yards after the penalty. So they're saying no. They say you had to repunt it or you get the ball there. That's. I don't think. No, obviously, I didn't think. I thought the option was 15 yards at the end of the play or repunt. I didn't think that it was decline or repunt.
All right, we are set. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Bethany at the 35.
2 tight ends here, so you'd imagine that we're going to see a running play.
Kingfisher's done a good job so far here in the second half maintaining Harrell. Here he gets the ball again, and he's going to get about a yard, and that's it.
We've yet to see a pass or a play action. Even a bootleg would work out of this, what they call ace formation. But 2 tights, and they weren't able to get anything going, so now they'll go back to their spread. 3 carries for a yard in the second half. That's easy math.
That's good defense.
That's really good defense. The defensive line, which was struggling in the first half, has won the first 3 plays, rushing plays for sure.
Out of the shotgun. Brandt keeps it.
Good job there.
Left
Great
side.
seal block.
Good block there. He's going to get out of bounds. It's going to be a first down.
Jaden Johnson, the senior, 6'4", 240 is the one that made the seal block there on the edge. Great job using, and that might alleviate some pressure there. You may have to see a couple runs by Brant here in this third quarter, and kind of because obviously they're king on Harrell. And so give Brant a couple opportunities to loosen that defense back up. But a good read there, good play call, and a big first down.
Bethany on the move, out of the shotgun. Hand the ball off to Harrell. Has a little bit of space. Might have gotten 5 on that one.
5 yards a pop, Mark. They'll take it. You're going to keep the chains moving if you can run for 5 yards a play. So that time there was nothing cute. They got the ball running downhill, and he gets going north and south. He's tough to bring down.
That's going to put him over the 200-yard mark on the game unofficially as we approach 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Brant out of the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, take it left-hand side,
Good
still
cut.
going. Breaking tackles all the way down. It's going to be another first down Broncos.
Great job. Not only did he make the first guy miss, Mark, but also what that did is it allowed him to keep from getting a big hit. So he makes the first guy miss, and he goes down. And when you're a quarterback, obviously you don't want to get hit.
Number 70 for the Broncos, Frederick Wilson.
Big boy.
He is having a heck of a game, Brian.
Yeah, done a great job on the left tackle. And all of Brant's runs, when he's faked the handoff, have gone to the left side. They've got to hurry. There's only 8 seconds on the play clock. 7, 6, 5. They got to snap it. They do.
They get it off. He keeps it left side. He is met by a slew of Yellowjackets. We might have a face mask
We
here.
did. As Brant went down, one of the players went to wrap, and as Brant went down, it pretty much he put his face mask right in the guy's hand. That's unlucky. Just a 5-yard run. That's kind of like, in a lesser extent, when you go with the targeting penalties. If a guy lowers his head, I mean, what do you do in that situation? The guy's going to wrap up what he thinks is going to be his
He
chest,
makes that move.
chest, and then of course he spins and lowers his head.
Yeah.
Now he's got his face mask. So still first down. They've run Brant twice, so maybe things will loosen up now for Harrell.
The defense really packing it in now. Out of the shotgun. They hand it off to Harrell. Gets all the way up to the 35 where it's going to be
Second down.
second and about 3.
Yeah, they had 5 guys on the defensive line there, Mark, and that's kind of what I think Bethany expected them to do from the get-go. And really, if it weren't for the penalties, Kingfisher is lucky that, I mean, a guy runs for 200 yards in the first half, and they only have 2 scores, 2 touchdowns. I mean, pretty fortunate there for Kingfisher. They weren't hurt worse.
That's part of the
Rushing attack.
craziness.
Yep.
All right, second and 3 for the Broncos. Harrell in the backfield. Brant fakes it, rolls right. Now he cuts it back inside.
Gets
Still
outside.
going.
He's got room.
Oh, he's got a little space.
Great
Gets
shoestring tackle.
tripped up there. That's going to be another first down for the Broncos. Number 21 for Kingfisher. Ethan Carrington might have saved 6 there. He had a lot of space in front of him.
Great play fake. I was wondering when they were going to run the naked boot out of the. Actually, I just asked for this drive, and they go under center. They run the bootleg, and the backside linebacker was there. He was in contain. Sam Brant just made a great move and cut up field and picked up a first down. So Bethany on the move.
Shotgun. They hand it off to Harrell. Left side, tries to make a move, trying to turn the corner, gets out of bounds right at the 24-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 2.
Good stutter move there. That could have been a tackle for a loss. Instead, he gets 2. And
Boy, they are really peeling the time off the clock, too. We are under 4 minutes here in the third quarter, and I never would have thought that up to this point, unofficially, Kingfisher has only ran 19 plays, Brian.
No, you're right.
19 the entire game.
Have confidence in your stats, Mark. Let's say they're official. Heck, I made up a stat earlier tonight about Kings football, so yours is much closer than mine, although I think mine's right.
All right, second and 8 for the Broncos as they stay on the move. Out of the shotgun. They hand it off to Harrell. Nice job there. Number 50.
those linebackers, they're just selling out the stuff. As soon as there's a snap, the two inside linebackers are just filling the run gaps, right?
Yeah.
So they've got 4 down linemen, and the two gaps they're creating, the linebackers, I mean, those are run blitzes. They are selling out to stop the run. A pitch would work, some play action, but they're not going to allow that inside give to hurt them the rest of the night.
3rd and 7 for the Broncos from the 24-yard line. Shotgun, rolling right, looking, still looking, being chased. Now he throws it.
Oh.
Almost. It's incomplete. Tried to go to number 11, Lawson Stout, but just could not connect.
Really good ball there. Drops it between the cornerback and the safety. Stout had his hands on it, but couldn't quite reel it in, and so yeah, you go for it here. I think this is a little bit out of the range of the kicker.
He does have the win, though.
Yeah, well, the last one was blocked from about this distance. So I
Bad
think
snap.
Correct. But there's been 2 tough snaps. One earlier he still got a foot on, but 20 seconds on the clock. They got some time, but they need to get this in quickly. Got to make a call. You don't want to waste a timeout here. This game's going to be close. They're going to have to use a timeout.
7-6. They're going to try and get it off. 4, 3, 2. They get it off. He keeps it left side. It's got a little bit of area. Oh, and there's a flag on the play. We're going to get a hold probably. I don't know if he got it.
Yeah, he was short by a yard.
Now look at the mark, though, Brian. It's pretty close.
Oh, you're right.
Based upon where they have the sticks at on the far side right now, but I think it's going to come back. They may have to do one of those where,
Can you ask him to measure it first? And
yeah.
Then you choose to accept
I think you can. Because where they're spotting the ball at right there, it's really close. So we may have that situation right now where they're going to measure and then a decision coming based upon whether or not he got the first down or not. Here come the sticks.
Mark, I'm going to say he's just short. That's going to be my guess. Yep, he is just short.
Okay. So it's going to be first down, Kingfisher going the other way. Forget about the flag.
So Mark promised you excitement, and we're 9 minutes in and we've yet to see a point on the board.
We've seen one play over 10 yards.
I know. Someone called that the announcer's jinx, announcer's curse. It's like when you talk about how a guy's 14 for 14 in free throws and he misses the next one.
I don't believe in that.
How's your boys' team doing tonight? Your son obviously plays for Mount St. Mary. We mentioned that last week.
They were up.
He had a couple catches. Got a little after the whistle kerfuffle.
That was last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were playing Bethel this week. I don't even have a score. All right, here we go. Kingfisher.
Cross white. Sorry, I threw you off your task. Cross white around the left side. Goes for 8 yards. We can trade spots for a second. Is this his first year to play football, Mark?
It is. It is. He's been primarily a basketball player. Oh, big hole left side. Takes it up the middle. It's going to be first down, Kingfisher.
So now Kingfisher establishing a little bit of a run game.
Cross white.
2 carries there, go for 18 yards.
Yellowjackets on the move here.
Did he play it all growing up, like in Little League and Pee Wee and stuff? No. Really? So this is his first year ever to play, period?
He played flag football, I think.
Well, if he plays receiver, it's pretty much the same thing.
Sternberger rolling left, little flare that goes out of bounds. So just over 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. And we have had no scoring so far here in the third quarter.
Bethany doing a good job of containing the Kingfisher passing game. There's been 2 plays where they've gotten behind the defense, and that's hurt them. But other than that, they've kept everything up in front. And Sternberger likes the big play. You can see that in the basketball. You can see it in the passing game. He likes to go up top. So.
Second and long. Looks across the middle. It's incomplete.
Excellent coverage there. As soon as that ball got there, the defender, Connor Wallstad, was there. And another opportunity for Cole Daugherty to reel one in, but this time wasn't his fault. An excellent play by Wallstad.
The Broncos secondary being very physical, whether the ball is caught or not. And doing a good job so far here, keeping Mr. Sternberger in check. 3rd and long. Swings it right-hand side.
Oh,
he's got blockers. Gets it outside, down to the 45, to the 50, still going. Gets out of bounds, but once again, a flag on the play.
Well, that's lucky for Bethany. There were 3 guys out there in contain on the swing pass. Crosswhite gave a little jab step, and all 3 bit, and he got the edge. But I think when one of them bit, the receiver who was blocking shoved one in the back, and that will.
Now they got him for holding.
A hold. May have been the same. He may have grabbed him, but either way.
Wow, they did a great job setting that up.
Absolutely.
And once again, the mistakes costing the Yellowjackets on this one, so it's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 20. It's going to take them all the way back to the 24-yard line. They need to get to the 44 for a first down.
And as a coach, nothing drives you more crazy than those kind of mistakes. When you drop the perfect play for the situation, you execute it, and a penalty you probably didn't need. Same play.
Swings it right-hand side. Still going up to the 30, to the 35, and he is tackled. Nice play there by number 11. That would be Lawson Stout. So it's going to be 4th down for Kingfisher as we approach a minute and a half remaining here in the 3rd. A scoreless 3rd.
That was a pretty sweet move Crosswhite just made. The linebacker. Diving and whiffing.
All
So
right.
punting into the wind. So Bethany, last chance to have the wind their back, needs to take advantage of this good field position they should get here.
All
That's
right.
going
Oh,
backwards.
wow. It is up into the wind and takes a little bit of a bounce, but it's going to be down right close to midfield. So the Broncos going to have great field position here with just over a minute remaining in the 3rd.
That punt, a booming 15 yards. The spin was taken off of it, and it just knuckled, and the wind ate that up. So Bethany takes over. Sam Brandt and the offense back on the field, Mark, and let's see if somebody can live up to your promises.
My promises. We'll see about that. All right, out of the shotgun. They hand it off to Harrell. He has been shut down now. He tries to swing it out left-hand side, still going up to the 40, down to about the 36-yard line. His best run of the second half so far.
Designed to go up the middle. It wasn't there again. But I think Harrell, being smart, had seen that up the middle had not been working. He bounces outside on the zone, breaks contain, and picks up 15 yards and a first down for the Broncos.
Shotgun. They hand it off. Oh, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage. Somehow still going. Still going. Finally drugged down for about a 1-yard loss.
Bethany's run, this is an unofficial stat, but Bethany's run the sweep play, that jet sweep 3 times, and they've gained 0 yards on it. So, that jet sweep play has not been successful for them thus far. So obviously that's something that Kingfisher saw on film and it's keyed upon. But when they go 5 wide and they bring the receiver in motion, they've handed it off all 3 times.
All right, they're going to let the clock wind down as we have 3 quarters in the book. We're going to take a break. This is Game Time on Your View. The 4th game of the week. 16-13, Broncos lead. We'll be right back.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your 2 favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair. Only at Mazio's.
Because practice pays off. Because it's better to give than to receive. Because there's no place like home. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. with innovative services that let you focus on what's most important. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your 2 favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair. Only at Mazio's.
Welcome back, everybody. Game time on Your View, and we have 1 quarter of football left here in Bethany. A scoreless third quarter after just a crazy 2 quarters of football in the first half, and Broncos on the move here. We'll see if they can punch it in, Brian.
Yeah, across midfield here on second down and long, though. Drop snap.
Brandt keeps it, and he is bowled over. So it's going to be 3rd and long for the Broncos. Going into the wind now, a stiff breeze, 15, 20 miles an hour. They do have a little bit of a kicking game, but now way, way out of his range with that breeze that is blowing.
3rd and long, I would imagine you'll see him roll to the right. That's been the way that they've rolled when he's had to pass.
Brandt, shotgun looking, goes right-hand side over the middle, and it is way overthrown. He's trying to hit number 3, Brady Wright. So it's going to be 4th down for the Broncos.
Elbow got under that throw. Ball got in the air on him, and it just sailed. The wind ate that up, and not the most confident throw there by Brandt, but doesn't turn the ball over, and now you punt it. Well, I would imagine they punt it. See if they'll either go for it or maybe they'll quick kick here. We'll see. See if Brandt just quick kicks this real quick.
That's what he does.
That looks good. That should get a bounce.
Yeah, it kind of bobbles around there. It's going to get inside the 15 all the way down to the 12. So nice job on the little pooch kick by Brandt. Kingfisher is going to take over.
Quick update, Mark. Jinx now trailing Harbor from Springdale 29-0 with 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. So Jinx, for the first time in school history, at least according to me, will go 0-4 to start a football season.
Now, the team they're playing, though, they are the number 1 team in Arkansas.
Okay, I believe. That's fine, but they're still 0-4.
Good point.
So Jinx is in one of those districts that only has 5 teams. So that's the reason they're playing a 4th game non-district. You have the option to take a bye week or the option to play a extra game, and they're choosing to play the extra game against a team out of Arkansas.
All right, Kingfisher deep in their own zone. Sternberger, shotgun, looking right. Throws it across the middle, incomplete. Nice defense there.
Other than the 2 plays where they've gotten behind the defense, I've been extremely impressed with this Bethany secondary. They've been staying with the receivers. They're there when the ball gets there. Even the completion earlier to Green, the defender was there. It was just a perfect throw.
Yeah.
Secondary's played very well for the Broncos.
Mention also, whether they catch it or not, very physical with the receivers. All right, here's a handoff up the middle. A little bit of a gap there. It's going to be close
short,
to.
Yeah.
Going to be close, maybe a yard short. Cross wide again for the Yellowjackets. So they do call it 3rd and 1. Sternberger.
False start, I think. Right guard, jumped early.
That is a huge penalty.
Sure is.
Crosswhite was making some progress against that Bethany defense, and now they're going to back up 5 more yards. So it's going to be an interesting play call. It's going to back them all the way up to the 16-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Sternberger, shotgun, looking left, still looking. Goes across the middle, throws it up, nobody there.
Great coverage by Bethany. At the last second, they dropped a safety deep. And what that did is, with the double slants coming, the safety was there and was able just to read Sternberger and read which guy he wanted to throw to. And Sternberger's had it pretty much. That was just thrown away. He looked like he was about to run, but then the linebacker stepped up, so all he could do was just launch that thing deep and pretty much throw it away. So Bethany's defense, I'll tell you what, man, I'm impressed by them. I thought they'd have a little success on the ground like they have, but I thought we'd have more of the shootout variety than the low-scoring variety.
Kingfisher was averaging over 400 yards a game coming into this, and my best calculations based upon our halftime stats, they're not even at 200 yards yet.
No, I would have to agree with that. And that's what the eyes would tell you, too. I mean, their 2 scoring drives calculated for 100 yards, and I would be surprised if they've gained 100 yards outside those 2 drives.
Broncos are going to take over now at their own 47-yard line. Approaching 10 minutes remaining in the fourth. Brant, empty. They fake the handoff. He keeps it. Oh, and he's going to be sacked for a loss all the way back to the 40-yard line. Great job there by the Yellow Jacket D.
Well, the Yellow Jackets must have had a stern talking to at the half about the run game because they've responded. If you're Bethany here, I mean, I might just run this clock down and run it again and, throw on third down, potentially play for some defense. Maybe if you have a safe pass, but don't want to do anything silly here and give Kingfisher good field position.
Brant hands it off to Harrell. A little bit of a hole. Now he cuts it back in. Nice little run there.
Exactly right. Go back to your horse and I'd give it to him again. Now you're in a third and manageable. Let that clock tick. And until Kingfisher forces you to score, continue to, protect your lead. Because if Kingfisher scores, you'll still be able to score to win the game. So I think this has got to be another handoff.
Offensive line did a great job that time.
Absolutely. They've done a great job all night.
They have. Those guys down there doing the dirty work, making it happen. Shotgun. Brant keeps it. Oh, and he is stopped. A great play by Trey Green. Shed the block and dropped Brant for at least a 3-yard loss.
Well, they've gone to the well a little too often. So 3 other times they've needed third and medium. They've run that play, and it worked. And the last 2 times they've tried to run it, Kingfisher's been there. And it was the right read because obviously the first down wasn't going to get gotten on the handoff. And Sam could have tucked it up inside, but he wouldn't have gotten there. So the only play he had to try to get the first down was to break it outside. And wasn't there. This is going to be another quick kick. I figured Kingfisher would throw someone deep.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh.
That was not the plan. That was a poorly executed quick kick. Went right into the Kingfisher player. And wow, so it's going to be Kingfisher ball right at the Bronco 35-yard line.
Well, Sam looked like he was trying to take his time to kind of let the play develop, and I think he just got too close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Gets too close to the line of scrimmage, and exactly the mistake you couldn't have. And now Kingfisher momentum in field position, an opportunity to take the lead.
We talked about Coach Arthur, the Bethany head coach, limiting mistakes. That's how we're going to get the W, and that might be a costly one right there. We'll see if Kingfisher can do something with it.
And since the first quarter mark, they've done a good job limiting the mistakes.
Yeah. Sternberger. We got more penalties.
False start on the receiver. So, and like you said, they do a good job keeping it clean, and the one time they make a mistake, it's a big one. And as you mentioned, if it could be one right now that costs them the lead. Four down territory for Kingfisher, just simply for the field position they're in.
And with the wind.
Yep.
Trips right. Sternberger, shotgun, looking right, going deep. Overthrew.
Flag.
Not really sure.
Holding. Can be holding on the Broncos.
And I know the big question there is, was that pass catchable? But it doesn't matter when
they call holding. They call holding. It doesn't matter if they call interference. Well, he was interfered with so early that you can't say it wasn't catchable.
Well, it was 15 yards past the closest receiver, though. But they're going to get snagged for a hold
and an automatic first down.
Bronco fans, not appreciative.
Can't repeat what they were saying over the air. If you picked it up, we apologize.
Not very happy right now with just over 8 minutes remaining in the game as the Broncos lead 16-13.
And an exciting, scoreless second half.
Hey, we had a crazy first half, and I'll say it right now, a weird second half so far.
Yeah, but with the score being close, it's not to say these last 8 minutes couldn't be just as weird and exciting. I thought that was an automatic first down. It's not. I thought holding was an automatic first down.
It is.
Well, no, they're saying 1st and 5.
All right, Sternberger across the middle. Caught. Believe that's Green.
I think that's just short.
It's not going to be a first down. Yeah, it's going to be short. Green, big target going across the middle, 6'3". Might even be 6'4".
Great jump shot, good off the dribble. Oh, wrong sports scouting report. I'm sorry.
That's later, man. Hey, October 1. October 1, it starts. Official.
Mark, in my line of work, I know exactly when practice starts. I promise.
All right. Sternberger keeping it, trying to get the first down, gets a little bit more, maybe a couple more. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 24.
Trust me, plenty of basketball coaches let me know practice starts October 1st, and they need everything by then. Need their travel gear for their first game on November 18th by October 1st. It's incredible.
Next year, hopefully, man.
Yep. You back in the game.
Hopefully. All right, Sternberger, shotgun. Looking right. Pressure coming.
Great play there.
Yeah, great job. Good decision by Sternberger. Got rid of it just as he was about to go to the turf.
Well, good for you to have the year off from coaching. I know you love it and you miss it, but especially with your son playing football, it gives you an opportunity to watch him play football. And then, of course, I'm sure you've missed a bunch of his games over the years, and he's a senior this year. And
good point.
Know he's got an opportunity to potentially play at the next level, so it'll be good for you to get out there and cheer him on. And
all right, Sternberger hands it off. Big hole left-hand side, trying to turn it all the way 15, out of bounds right at the 13-yard line.
Crossfire breaks out and a first down carry, and now Kingfisher into the unsponsored red zone with an opportunity to take the lead.
Bronco defense probably needs to step up because remember, all the drives that the Broncos have scored on, most of them peel a lot of time off the clock, and we're approaching 7 minutes remaining. So
yeah, you got to figure they'll have the ball at most twice more times and maybe just once.
Sternberger tried to get around the defender.
Great contain out there by Denton Parcells, the
nice
senior.
Nice wrap up there.
Excellent job. Doesn't go for any of the fakes. Wraps him up and gets him down. So a loss of 2 as the clock continues to tick.
I'm sure every time that happens, Brian, Coach Reese, the head basketball coach at Kingfisher, he just cringes.
I'm sure he cringed. I'm sure he might have a group text with just Trey, Green, and Jet Sternberger, and he sends it about 6:30 every day after practice and say, "Everybody okay?" And if you don't reply, he probably gets a little worried.
I know. All right, Sternberger looking left. Pressure coming. Avoids that. Still going. Now he throws it away. Nice job once again getting him away from the pressure and throwing it out of bounds.
Because, in football, especially playing quarterback, you get wrapped up and you tweak an ankle, and it may not be something that keeps you from playing football because, you get back and you can play it, you can throw. But those kind of nagging injuries can really hamper you, especially his style of playing basketball. So certainly something that, like you said, I'm sure he's over there cheering every play when that Jet walks back to the line of scrimmage, whether they lose yard or gains yard.
Yeah, good point. All right, big third down here, third
Absolutely.
and 11.
Hey, I'm going to say handoff here. Nope.
No, rolling, looking, throws it back right outside. Oh!
Great play.
Great play.
Wallstad again. He's been fantastic on defense. I don't know the rule. It looked like he got there early, but I think because the ball was thrown behind line of scrimmage, I think you can make contact. I believe that's the rule.
It was real close.
So the throwback pass and Wallstad with an excellent play. And fourth, and boy, we mentioned the clock possession. If Bethany gets a stop here, with as much field as they have, they could legitimately run out the clock without scoring.
You're right.
Field goal attempt with the win.
Trying to tie it up.
31-yarder.
And it is no good. So the Broncos are going to maintain the lead with just over 6 minutes remaining here in the game. And the craziness kind of continues. So Kingfisher had great field position, had an opportunity to either tie or take the lead, and they come up empty.
It was a really good drive, too.
Yeah.
But the Bethany defense steps up and makes a couple of really good plays, and sometimes you wonder if you outthink yourself because Cross-White was successful on the ground. They kind of stopped going to him.
Let's see what the Broncos do with just over 6 minutes remaining. Brant keeps it, cuts it back to the middle, still going. Finally tackled, and he's going to be close to a first down right at the 31. They are moving the chains.
After every play, Coach Arthur immediately looks up at the clock and says, wait, it only took 4 seconds? I would certainly make sure we don't snap it inside 5 seconds. Because if that's the case, you can run 2 minutes off before you punt easily 2.5. Got to hustle now. You only have 6 seconds. 5, 4,
3. They better hurry.
Timeout.
But he burned one.
It's okay. You got the lead. You ran it down to a second before you got it in. You know, my guess is they weren't the play call they had ready was for a 2nd and 4, 2nd and 6. They weren't ready for a 1st and 10 play call. They pick up the first down, and it just took them a little while to get the play call. They've had trouble getting the play call in several times tonight.
As we mentioned, district play opens up next weekend. We will be in Hera. Can't wait to see their brand new stadium. And prior to that stadium, very vintage. It had a very vintage feel to it. And I know everybody out there is very excited about their new stadium, and we will be there next week. I believe it's a 7:30 start once again.
It was vintage, but you always feared for your safety sitting up in the old train car.
One of the more unique press boxes I've ever seen. It was an old rail car, but probably more space than we've ever had in any event that we've ever done, though.
But didn't they switch the home and visitor sides? Now
yes, they did.
Well, yeah, yes. I mean, why would you make the home fans look straight into the sun? That was rude. That's the hotter side.
No,
home fans have been on the wrong side for years.
All right, Broncos have it. First and 10 from the 32. They hand it off to Harrell. Left-hand side. Bangs away for 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2 as the clock ticks.
And while you want the clock to tick, Mark, equally important to know if you're Bethany, it doesn't tell you to take a shot because the touchdown probably ends this game as well. You go up 2 scores with the way you can hold the clock and the way it's taken. You know, you can make Kingfisher work. So while you'd love to hold the ball for 6 minutes, you know, don't be afraid if you get an opportunity to score to take it because, you know, Kingfisher's going to set out to stop the run, especially on a play like this 2nd 3. If you could get some play action, get a guy behind the defense, you could go ahead and end the game right now.
2nd and 3. Brant keeps it, cuts it back up the middle. Big hole up to the 50, 45, 40, 30. Still going, finally out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Wow, that was huge.
The only thing I would recommend there, slide. You pick up the first down, the clock starts when the play clock is set. Now when going out of bounds, the clock won't start until he snaps it.
Sophomore.
You're right.
Learning process.
Now,
great run, though.
He picked up 45, so let's not get picky.
Yeah, great run.
That's the coach in me. I've coached him for years, and you always want to teach him something. But, yeah, great play there. And excellent job again. What they did is they're using Harrell as a lead blocker. Rather than making it an option, using Harrell as a blocker, that's an unaccounted man, and it gives you an advantage.
Now they're probably going to dial up some Harrell here. What do you think?
Yeah, they got to.
There they go. They hand the ball off, and a swarm of Yellowjackets maybe gotten a yard. They're going to give him a yard on that.
You probably have to pick up another first down before you'd feel comfortable attempting a field goal. So, and with the kicking troubles that Kingfisher has had, 6 points, even a touchdown doesn't guarantee a Kingfisher win. They've missed an extra point and missed a field goal tonight. So,
clock running. We approach the 4-minute mark.
You don't have to snap until 4:02, so take your time if you're a Bethany fan.
2nd and 8. Brant, shotgun, keeps it, rolls right. Still going. Oh, he's tackled back at the 25. Nice play there by the Yellowjackets.
Yep, the trail defender chased the play down. Like what they do there, though, using Harrell as the lead blocker. So a big third down. You know, if I was Coach Myers, I might have thought about using my first timeout there.
I was just going to ask that.
Because then if you don't score on this next drive, you would have 2 more to stop the clock on a you could pretty much get 2 drives. Now, well, you have all 3 timeouts if you got to give the ball back, but they could run it so low that you wouldn't even have an option to punt, and that's the issue here.
All right, play clock below 10. Brant, shotgun. They hand it off to Harrell. Goes up the middle. Still going.
I go for this, Mark.
He's not going to get the first down.
I go for this. I run this down to 0 seconds on the play clock, and I use my last timeout because if I pick up this first down, it's ball game. And so because of that, I run this play clock all the way down to 1. I call timeout, and I bring out my best 2-point conversion type play, try to pick this thing up. I think they're just going to go with the momentum here.
All right, 4th and 3. They're going to go for it.
Well,
biggest play of the game right here, Brian.
Sure, absolutely. Because if they get it, forces Kingfisher to use their timeouts on defense. Good job by the coaching staff. It looked like they were going to try to run the quarterback sneak, and Kingfisher had all their defensive players at the line to stop it. So the coaching staff does that's excellent execution. Well, if you had a bootleg play here, that'd work. Some sort of rollout to like maybe a bootleg where you bring a tight end across from or a receiver across from the strong side back to the weak side. Anything like that right here, some sort of misdirection would certainly work because they're going to put 9 guys in the box. I know you want to give it to Harrell, but they're going to put 9 guys in the box. They just did.
No, I agree with you. Now, if you're really a gambler, you go play action, little flag route, float it over the top. Nobody's there because they've got everybody so packed in.
Here's why you don't go play action, though, because if the quarterback takes his eyes off the backfield and they bring 9 guys, he may not have time to make a defender miss.
Yeah. You
just run a quick boot, get him outside. So, now, the thought is it'd be an RPO. So if the pass in there, he can potentially run and pick it up.
Biggest play of the night, though.
Let's be honest. They're giving the ball to Harrell here. I mean, that's what's happening. We're getting up here getting cute. And if I was in Coach Arthur's shoes, too, I'd give the ball to Harrell because here's what happens. You give the ball to Harrell and you don't get it and say, we could have gotten cute, but we gave it to Harrell. You get cute and you don't get it, everybody says, why didn't we give the ball to Peyton Harrell?
It's a great point. All right, here we go. 4th and 3, biggest play of the night.
They're still out to stop the run.
Brant.
There's the boot.
Keeps it. Oh!
He stays up.
He still has it. They haven't got him yet. He's still going. Now
he's going to get it. Great block from Harrell.
And he's going to get the first down. Still going all the way down to the 2-yard line. Unbelievable.
Well, if you remember off the top, what was the adjective I used for Sam Brant? He is a gamer. And that's the play a gamer makes. That number 21 was exactly where he was supposed to be, the defender for Kingfisher, Ethan Carrington. Read the bootleg, was there. Wrap Brant up high. Brant would not go down. Brant rolls back. He pushes one of his own linemen into a block to force him to block. Then Peyton Harrell picks up a huge block. And Brant's down inside the 10.
Wow.
And now Coach Myers is going to have to use time. Man, yeah. Oh, man, what a play. What a play, Sam Brant.
Only a sophomore. They hand the ball off to Harrell. Does he get in?
Timeout. Got to use a timeout
Still
here.
no sign yet.
Which, if you're not going to use your timeout, you got to let him score then. Yep, timeout. Wow, what a play. What a play.
For a minute there, I thought it was a face mask. But it was just weird how he wrapped him up high in the way that he came off his helmet, I guess, on the backside.
We didn't want to go low because you don't want to get juked because you're on an island. So he goes high, and Brant just ducks and gets lower and gets out of the tackle.
Oh, crazy play.
Here's the advantage. On a 3rd down or a 2nd down, you probably go down there. But he knew his 4th down. You have nothing to lose. If you roll back and you get tackled for a 5-yard more loss, it doesn't matter. It's a turnover on downs anyway.
Right.
So in that situation, you had nothing to lose. Why not try to make a big play? And it worked for him. I guess they didn't call timeout. They stopped the clock briefly for a hurt player.
Clock's running.
I can't believe he's not calling timeout here.
Hand off to Harrell, and he is in. Boom. Touchdown Broncos.
I think they let him score because if you're not going to use timeout, you can't stop him.
Yeah.
That might do it, Mark. What a game. What an incredible and crazy and interesting game. If you put up the highlights of the first half, the tape of the first half, and the tape of the second half, you'd have thought they played 2 different weeks.
I agree. What a play to get that first down, though.
So I'll say this for the Kingfisher defensive coaching staff. What a heck of an adjustments they made at the halftime locker.
Yeah.
More flags, more penalties.
They shut him down. I bet he doesn't have 35 yards in the second half.
He got his 200-yard average. So that's good. But, yeah, when you have 197 at the half and you end with probably no more than 240, that's a good job.
Broncos lined up for the extra point. Up by 9. Kicking into the wind. Kick is up, and it is good. So with just over a minute and a half remaining, we're going to take a break with the Broncos leading the Kingfisher Yellowjackets 23-13. We'll be right back. This is Game Time on Your View. This is the Ford Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae.
Get into something good.
2 big dips of Brahms Premium Vanilla Ice Cream. Rich and creamy hot fudge. A shower of toasted almonds. Whipped cream and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms.
Get into something good.
All right, we are back, wrapping things up here in Bethany. A minute 37 remaining as the Broncos just extended their lead to 10, 23-13. And just a crazy, crazy finish. That first down, probably, we mentioned it was the biggest play of the game, but what a tremendous effort by the sophomore, Sam Brandt, to get that first down. And then,
I don't know if we're awarding a player of the game tonight, and it would be easy to give it to Harrell. And I would have voted for Harrell for about 46 minutes and 23 seconds. But after that play, it's made it because for everything Harrell did, if it's not that play, Kingfisher can go 70 yards for the win. I'd also potentially give it to all 5 offensive linemen for Bethany, too.
All right, a low dribbler. It's taken right at the 25, and they actually fall on it. If you had to give an intangible player of the game, the one thing that Bethany did a great job tonight was the secondary.
Oh, yeah. Excellent work. You're right. We talked about it. Physical.
Very physical.
They allowed 2 guys to get behind him, but there was no yak for Kingfisher tonight. They broke up several plays. On that throwback play earlier, guy makes a heck of a play. I mean, for a team that throws for 400 yards a game, this secondary's done a great job. You need to go 2 deep safeties here and just make them drive.
All right. Time is the enemy right now. Sternberger looking, goes across the middle. It's picked off!
Sam Brandt.
All the way to
He's
the
gone.
15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Broncos. That's going to seal it.
Well, they run the double slants, and Brandt was back there in center field, and he read it. And I was watching him the entire time, and he jumped on that pass early, goes up and gets it. And I'm going to change my vote, Mark. Sam Brandt's your player of the game.
Wow.
He sealed it twice. He's got 2 picks. He's got 2 scores. And he's got maybe the best 11-yard run we'll see all year. He ran for 52, but in the stat book it was 11. What a game.
Unbelievable.
I don't want to take total credit, but just know that I coached him for 6 years. He's just a good kid, too. I'm happy for his success. He's a hard worker.
Only a sophomore.
Yeah. Hard worker. yes sir, no sir guy. He's one of those kids that texts you when you don't have practice and says, Coach, why aren't we practicing? I mean, he really is the kind of kid you want to coach. He's a hard worker, and I know it sounds like I'm gushing here, but I'm just happy to see him have success for all of the same things that I've seen him go through over the past 5 or 6 years, and some of the things that I know about him. To see this is just super exciting and gratifying, and I'm happy for them, and I'm happy for this program. You know, this was supposed to be kind of a rebuilding year, Mark. You know, Peyton Harrell's your only senior that is a significant contributor, a couple of your receivers and cornerbacks, but a lot of those guys are sophomores and juniors as well. And for them to have this kind of start, I think can do nothing but build them confidence, not only for this year, but for the future too. I mean, these are some kids that are not afraid to win.
Wow, talk about the confidence that they're going to have going into district play. 3-0. They open up district play at Ada next Friday night. You know, Ada's had a tough task. I don't know what they're doing tonight, but they were 0-2 going into tonight, and I haven't seen scores.
And they're not the powerhouse they were 10, 15 years ago, but that is always a tough – look, it's hard to get a call in Ada. Okay, let's just be honest, right? It's hard. You know, that is a tough play. That's a tough bus ride. There's no fast way to get there. It's just that's a tough place to go win a ball game, you know. And even the years they're down, they're physical. They got some big boys. They got some, you know, they play a very physical, nasty brand of football in the sense they're going to get after you. And so that's just the culture down there. Hard work, grit. And so this Bethany team will have its work cut out for them. But you're right. Confidence and winning breeds success, and this is a huge win. And for Kingfisher, conversely, I don't think you can hang your head. You come in and you play a ranked team in a class above you. You're there the entire night, and you just ran into a running back that was hot. And sometimes that happens.
Kingfisher opening up district play at home next week against Mount St. Mary's, and that might be a tough game for the Mount next week. After what they might be looking to recover from this game.
Sure, yeah.
If you're Kingfisher.
There's going to be some motivation this week at practice.
All right, there's Green. Goes down at the 30. So just over a minute remaining here as the Broncos have opened things up 30-13 with just two incredible plays by the sophomore, Sam Brandt.
Brandt off the field now, not playing safety where he was a starter this year and last, so they've got him wrapped up for the game. Some second stringers in there. Number 7, Jordan Flinton getting some action. Number 21, Braxton Reed, who's made a couple plays tonight, but for the most part getting some action, and also a couple defensive linemen. So
Sternberger swings it out left side to Crosswhite, and he's going to get about 6.
Coach Meyer's not going to call timeout, so I think he's just going to allow his team to play this out and let it in the way it'll end.
What a great win for Bethany. We mentioned the great win that Kingfisher had over Tuttle, but this win by the Broncos tonight, very, very impressive. There's Green almost getting a first down.
Jordan Flinton with the tackle. Flinton caught a touchdown pass last week, in fact.
We're under 30 now remaining in the game. They hand the ball off. He's going to get the first down there.
Surprised they still have Crosswhite in the game here. You don't want something silly to happen to him. See if they even snap it again. They will.
Yeah, there's less time on the clock than on the play clock, so throws it out right-hand side, complete. It's going to be another first down. He gets out of bounds. We're in the final seconds here, and once again I want to thank Coach Arthur. He's also the athletic director here at Bethany. Very, very supportive, did a great job helping us get the area that we have here at Southern Nazarene. And many thanks for allowing us to feature both of these teams on our Ford Game of the Week.
This used to be a rivalry, Mark. Bethany was in 3A forever, and these are a couple schools not far apart. So, Bethany just jumped up a class recently. So these two programs are familiar with each other for sure.
Clock's winding down. They're going to get one more playoff. Sternberger almost sacked, running around. Now he throws it down to the end zone. Incomplete, and that's going to wrap it up. An impressive victory by the Bethany Broncos over the Kingfisher Yellowjackets, 30-13. We're going to take a break, come back, wrap things up right here on Game Time on Your View. This is the Ford Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
It's the Great American Ford Sales Event, offering 0% for 60 months on the brand with the highest owner loyalty. America's best-selling brand and the best in Oklahoma. Plus, all first responders, active duty, and military veterans get $1,000 appreciation cash on top of all current offers. Like 0% financing for 60 months on all Ford cars, plus $1,000 appreciation cash. Hurry into your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Welcome back to Game Time on Your View. Mark Jeffries along with Brian Burchell wrapping things up here at Bethany. We're just thoroughly impressed as we watch the Broncos celebrate on the field. What a performance by two individuals, Sam Brandt, the sophomore quarterback, and Peyton Harrell tonight, Brian.
Yeah, both of them outstanding. Harrell, 200 yards rushing in the first half and was kind of bottled up. And late in the game when Brandt had to make a play, he makes two of them. An excellent play on fourth down to elude some tacklers and pick it up. And then if that wasn't enough to seal the game, the pick six, the very next play was. So great job by both those individuals. Also great job by two groups for the Bethany Broncos, the line and the secondary.
Probably came down to the final series when Bethany had the football. It was fourth down. They went for it. Just a tremendous play by the sophomore. And then he comes right back and intercepts it. Takes it for the pick six, and thoroughly impressed by this Bronco team tonight.
Yeah, certainly a good unit. We talked about confidence and success, breeding success. This is a group of young men who have been successful throughout their years in the middle school and the high school, and they're certainly showing it here tonight.
All right, we're going to take a break, come back with final thoughts right here from Bethany. As I mentioned before, the final, Broncos getting it done over the Yellowjackets. We'll be right back.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your two favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair. Only at Mazio's.
I love the American road.
It's the Great American Ford Sales Event. Get 0% for 60 months on the smartest, most capable trucks. America's best-selling brand and the best in Oklahoma. Plus, all first responders, active duty, and military veterans get $1,000 appreciation cash on top of all current offers. Like 0% financing for 60 months on F-Series, plus $1,000 appreciation cash. Hurry into your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your two favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair. Only at Mazio's.
Welcome back, everybody. We are wrapping things up here at Bethany. Game Time on Your View. This has been the Ford Game of the Week. And Brian, Bethany gets it done 30-13 over Kingfisher. District play opens up next week. We will be at Hera checking out their brand new digs, brand new stadium for the Hera Panthers, and really excited. But tonight, a great game, great performance by Bethany. And the last week of district play, man, they're going to be riding high going into their next opponent when they visit Ada next week.
Well, the theme on the field before the game was we're going to find out how good we are tonight. And I think that they showed that they've got some ability, and they've showed they've got some things to build on, and I think they've, maybe some expectations for this season may have gone up a little bit. So got to get grounded after a big win like this and have a good week of practice, but certainly this team is trending in the right direction.
All right, everybody, next week we are at Hera for Cleveland versus Hera. I want to thank once again Coach Arthur for all of his support in making this happen for Game Time and Your View. So make sure you check out everything high school sports on the Cox High School Hub on Your View. Special section there. Check it out. All kinds of good stuff. Plus, other high school sports information all across the country. And looking forward to district play beginning next week. For Mark Jeffries, Brian Burchell, we will talk to you next Friday night. Everybody have a safe weekend.